Round one, fight! Round one, fight!
Welcome to the extended intro. I guess it did the first part twice. That's fine, but welcome to Tournament Fights. This is episode 157. We are doing Matt Mageau's top 64 favorite movies of all time. And I love these episodes because you get to showcase somebody's favorite movies. We all get a vote. We get to judge them. We'll try not to be too harsh, but maybe a little bit. But yeah, I'm your host, Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, and yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll jump into this. So I'll bring in my co-host for tonight. We got Austin Pez Howell.
Yeah, I decided to, as you'll see a little later, about 80% or 85% of the posters I've got for tonight are alternate posters, just to add a little spice to Matt's favorite movies, and maybe want to entice him to go on a poster website and start ordering posters for his wall. So,
yeah, right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure, but yeah, we'll bring in the man of the hour, Matt Mageau, our Canadian friend, aka Soda.
Hi, I was actually trying to find a prop.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's a prop for when I think it's for a movie that's coming up. But anyways,
okay, yeah,
this is gonna be fun.
Yeah,
very fun. Because I love these type of shows, and also there's some movies on here that you very rarely do hear get discussed. So I'm definitely looking forward to hearing what people think of those ones if they've seen them.
Sorry guys, it's freezing on my end.
Yeah, I guess so.
No idea.
I'm about to look into the thing.
Give me a second. Okay, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, I think we're good now. Okay, yeah, it like froze for a weird second. But anyways, we have also bring in one of the guys that I used to do a show with years ago, that's coming all the way from Israel. We got Regev, aka 50 Shades of Geek. How's it going?
Still awake.
He's awake. It's early morning there.
Well, yeah. Tell him what time it is.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, we appreciate it. Yeah. Yeah, but we also have joining us, we got Brian Nussbaum.
Hey, never done these top 64s. I've done these championships. Never a full top 64 episode. And the intro is pretty good. I actually love the Itch poster. Actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I will say some of them look seamless.
Yes.
Yeah. Some of them look seamless. Some of them look a little kind of like shocking a little bit, but they're fun. Yeah. So, But we also have, last but certainly not least, we have Malcolm Lay. How's it going, Malcolm?
It's going good. Can't wait to see what comes up here.
Yeah, sounds good. So we won't waste any more time. We'll just jump right into it. So, Austin, do you want to break it down and let everyone who might be tuning in or a first time how it's going to work?
Yeah, so everything in the bracket tonight is some things Soda submitted to me for his top 64. I've randomized them and jumbled them up here in the bracket as we always do. So no seeds or anything. As they get eliminated, if something's in his top 10 or something, maybe he'll let us know after the fact. Oh no, there goes my number 2. Oh, there goes my number 4. Whatever. But basically, the fate of his favorite movies are in our hands. Our rule on these episodes, Matt, is whatever wins, you got to watch it within a week. So
I'm totally down.
whatever your new favorite movie is, you got to sit down and watch it.
Totally down.
Yeah, we're gonna
That's our kind of unofficial rule for these personal 64s
Yes.
here.
Yeah, we're gonna pick. We will be deciding your unofficial new favorite movie here tonight.
Yeah,
So.
we all kind of refer to each other's favorite movies here on Tournament Fights. But what we'll try to do is the rest of the panel, other than that, hopefully we'll try to keep our comments pretty short, maybe to 20 seconds or so, just to give Matt a little, a few extra seconds apiece, to kind of, explain why those movies are kind of in his top group there. So, let's keep our thoughts brief so we can hear from Matt. That's kind of our strategy today. So
Yeah, and I'll bring up the bracket, and I think that extended intro kind of covered everything, so we can just jump right into it, I think.
All right,
So-
cool. Sounds good. All right, well, scroll over. Like I said, most of them are alternate posters. I still got a few traditional ones here, but I'll show you. All right, so we got The Princess Bride and Grown Ups.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, we'll start with Malcolm.
Malcolm.
It's been a while since I've been on the bottom of these letters.
Yeah, right.
Um,
Welcome to the bottom.
yeah. I mean, I like Grown Ups. I think it's pretty good, but Princess Bride is a classic, and it's one that I quite often go to a lot of times and still holds up today. So I'm going to go Princess Bride.
Yeah. Brian, what do you say?
Yeah, I enjoy Princess Bride. For me, it's a bit overrated in my opinion. But I have a lot of fun with Grown Ups. It's a great comedy from Sandler. I'll go Grown Ups on this one.
Okay.
Yeah. 50 Shades. Which one you want to go for?
I'm invisible. My vote doesn't matter apparently. Well, let me
It matters because even if you haven't seen them, you still have to vote. So you can just.
You got to vote no matter what.
I was referring to the fact that you can't see my face in this layout.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he's trying to
that's
duck
why.
around this
Okay, yeah.
little thing there.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, Malcolm said it outright. Princess Bride's a classic. I mean, Adam Sandler, he is what he is. I mean, he's fun. He's a fun afternoon watch, but Princess Bride is, I'm gonna say, it is the better movie out of the two. It's the better movie out of most movies on this list, and I have actually looked at the list years ago. So, Princess Bride, I don't think I need to make my argument any longer than it already has been.
Okay.
Yeah. Sounds good. Matt, you're.
Okay,
You
so
can go for here.
so Princess Bride on the list that I gave Jordan is 52, and Grown Ups is actually number 45. Just because there is with Grown Ups, there is that familiarity with me. Like I look at that and I'm like, well, that's me and my friends, Is it? I'm gonna give it to the Princess Bride off the bat because it is a better movie than Grown Ups. But there is just something about Grown Ups that I just resonate with. Princess Bride, on the other hand, is just a classic all-around quotable lines. I just finished listening to the audiobook of Carrie Elwes' book. So many memorable characters. It is like pop culture iconic. But I watched it and I fell in love with it because it's a love story at heart, and I am a hopeless romantic. So it is a movie I love to go back and watch. I probably say once every year and a half or so. But for the purposes of this list, I'm going to give it to the Princess Bride.
El Hopan is romantic.
Yeah, and Austin, I kind of predicted it because we were like, well, he has Grown Ups on the list. I'm like, well, that's probably because I'll bet it reminds him of him and his friends growing up and hanging out and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
just
I-
even their lives and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I will
Yeah.
say Grown Ups is better than Grown Ups 2. I'll definitely
Oh,
say
yeah.
that. So
Amen to that.
yeah, it's more watchable than that movie.
There's a few
Yeah,
moments, but no.
yeah, and even
Yeah.
for me, Princess Bride, I'm not like a giant fan of it. I think it's a good movie. I didn't like grow up with it and stuff, so I don't have like that connection to it. You know, I didn't see it till I was about 30 years old, honestly. So I was like, you know, it's a decent movie. It's all right. But I'll give it to the Princess Bride, sure.
Yeah, and I've already kind of talked about how this was my ex-wife's favorite movie of all time. So we had Princess Bride stuff all over our house, and she had this huge giant Princess Bride blanket that she would use all the time. And probably my favorite thing, well, there's a lot of things to love about this movie. I am a big Princess Bride fan, but I love Billy Crystal's character when he's just going after his nagging wife, and she's like, "I'm not a witch, I'm your wife," or whatever. So I used to have a magnet that actually said that. And I'm a big Adam Sandler fan, but I mean, Grown Ups was just fine to me. Like it on the scale of Adam Sandler, it kind of rates a little low. So I'll go Princess Bride.
All right, Princess Bride.
As you
move on.
wish.
As you
Yeah,
wish. That's right.
exactly.
All right, so we got the Hunchback of Notre Dame, the
okay.
animated film, and then I've got The Empire Strikes Back.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Oh
that's a
wow!
good
Cool.
poster for
yeah,
Empire.
yeah, mhm,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a great poster.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Imperium,
so
or-
yeah, it's like a German poster, I think, something like that. So
yeah, nice.
Brian.
Yeah, Empire Strikes Back is one of the better Star Wars movies, but I adore Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's one of those underrated Renaissance movies people don't talk about. Great music, great villain in Frollo. One of my favorite Disney films, so Hunchback of Notre Dame gets my pick.
Yeah. Well, 50 Shades. What are you gonna go for here?
I love Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's definitely an underrated movie, just like you said. But I mean, Empire Strikes Back is not only the better movie of the two. It's one of, if not the best Star Wars movie. It's one of the best 80s movies. It's in the top 10 of best movies of all time. It's Empire all the way. And I'm a much bigger Star Wars fan than I am of Notre Dame. The
Yeah.
story of Notre Dame.
Well, Matt, what do you say?
So Hunchback is number 31 and Empire is number 37.
Okay.
What is wrong with you?
I prefer A New Hope. I hope New Hope's my favorite. We will be seeing it, of course. But Hunchback is a movie I actually have loved longer than I have loved the Star Wars franchise. To the point where I had a Hunchback of Notre Dame doll. Quasimodo doll from that movie. Everything Brian said about it is why I love it. It's there's somehow I can relate to Quasimodo. I'm not going to go into it. I went to it with my therapist once. And the songs are great. Like Hellfire is an underrated Disney song. It is such a banger. It's just unfortunately because of how dark the movie is, it doesn't get talked about as much, which blows. And Empire, like, what can I say? I do agree. Technically, it is one of the best movies of all time. It is the best Star Wars movie. It is just not my favorite. I'm going to give this to The Hunchback of Notre Dame because I will go back and rewatch that one more than I will Empire.
Yeah. Sounds good. Austin.
Yeah,
what
this
you
is
got here?
interesting because the Empire's in my 64. It's my favorite Star Wars movie. But yeah, Hunchback is one that Jacob and I over on Podcast About Movies when we revisited the Disney Renaissance. That was my big wild card. I hadn't seen it in ages, and that movie's amazing. That movie's fantastic. Yeah, way better than I remember it being. It just looks amazing. Yeah, the songs are great. The score is amazing.
Look, I'm mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. So you know what? For the purposes of this, I'll give it to Hunchback. Why not? Let's champion that movie. Sure.
Yeah, and you know what? When I think about it, I actually have a Quasimodo stuffed animal also, which I used to collect Disney stuffed animals for a while back when they used to have more Disney stores that were more accessible.
This
You
was
could
an
go to all the
actual
time.
doll. This was an actual doll.
Okay.
It wasn't
Oh, an actual doll. Okay.
Yeah, it was an
Nice.
actual doll that they had at the bargain shop.
Oh, nice. Yeah, for me, it was just like the Disney plush stuffed animal. So I just left them at my dad's house just for all my my nieces and nephews to enjoy because I'm kind of like I'll still buy one from time to time, but I'm kind of like growing out of that. But yeah, but The Hunchback is a very underrated movie. I mean, yeah, just like the music, yeah, like you said, Hellfire or like Out There, like that's a great one too.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
there's some
God
really
help
good stuff.
Outcasts.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, but for me, I just gravitate a little more towards Empire. It's not my favorite Star Wars. That's Return of the Jedi for me, but it's up there. It's in like top like 4 for me. So I'll go with Empire. Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, I mean, I like Hunchback of Notre Dame enough. I do think it's a pretty good movie, but yeah, Empire Strikes Back is an incredible movie. It's definitely up there in my top 5 Star Wars movies as well. So yeah, I'm going to go Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So so we have a tie, and how we do the ties is we rotate the tie-breaking vote, so that person just basically gets to move forward wherever they want. You can flip at the last second if you like, but we start at the bottom. So Malcolm will have the tie-breaking vote first. So I'm assuming you're going to stick with Empire on this one.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Empire.
All right.
That's a bummer, man, because I would have loved to see that far.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, it is what it is. All right, got The
Well,
Godfather.
it's a Hunchback. It's not Moana, you know.
Got The
What's the
Godfather versus
Godfather?
The Godfather versus Giant. That's the James Dean. Yeah, Rock Hudson.
Okay.
So yeah, 50 is up first. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shock people. I'm not as big on The Godfather as most people are. I can see why people love it as much. I don't think it's the greatest movie of all time. But I give my vote to Godfather, and mainly because I haven't seen Giant yet. And I'm sorry, Soda, but I haven't.
Oh, that one is one I'm not. If nobody's seen it, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's your turn, Matt. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about Giant.
Yeah. So Giant is number 61, and The Godfather is number 15 on my list. So Giant, it's when it comes to Hollywood epics, I feel it doesn't get talked about enough. It's a movie that follows 3 people through generations: Rock Hudson, Elizabeth Taylor, and James Dean. James Dean is kind of like a weird antagonist in this movie. It's basically early Texas. It's deals with racism way ahead of its time. James Dean is so good in this movie. Unfortunate for it only being his 3rd film, but what a fucking way to go. The Godfather, reason why it's so high on my list is not only is it a great movie, there's personal memories attached to it for my first time watching it. I saw it when I was 19, and the reason being is my mom tried to take her life earlier that summer. And I obviously, as one would, had a hard time dealing with it. And after she got out, it was the year The Godfather, the video game, came out. I don't know if any of you guys ever played that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Favorite game of all time. And my mom, as an apology, I guess, bought me the trilogy on DVD.
Oh, nice.
And so I sat there that night for the first time, even though I was playing the game, and I watched The Godfather, and it blew my breath away. It is such a good movie. Everyone knocked it out of the park. All the roles, like everyone who knows film knows these characters in this movie. It's an all-time classic. I'm going to give it to The Godfather.
Yeah. Sounds good. Austin.
Yeah, I have seen Giant because I'm a Western guy. So yeah, I've seen it. I have a James Dean 3-pack on Vudu that I bought. Of his 3 movies there. And yeah, it's a good movie. I kind of prefer Shane, which is George Stevens' other directorial movie right before this. Shane's a great Western.
I never really thought of Giant as a Western, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of set in that Western atmosphere. Yeah. I mean, but it's more of like a family drama. Like I get that, but it classifies as one. So, but yeah, it's a solid movie. But yeah, Godfather's in like my top 20, and I've been on a binge. I watched it like 3 times over the course of like 2 months recently. And I was watching The Offer, and I got like really deep on The Godfather. I was just watching it a lot. So
one, love the poster.
Yeah, I found a couple alternates. I thought that one was.
Two, just quick thoughts. What do you think of the the director's cut of the Godfather 3 they just released?
It's not much different other than the order of switching of the 2 scenes and a little bit of score differences. Not much different.
Makes it make more sense.
Yeah, I mean it's all right. It's
I
fine.
enjoy it.
I'm a Godfather 3 apologist, though. I do.
Me too. Me too. I think it follows. There's other movies like this where, unfortunately, people don't look at it as a good film because of what it follows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The bar is super high.
Like 2 of the giants of American cinema. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, like I'm kind of with 50 Shades. Like I like The Godfather, but like I'm not like in the camp that it's like an all-time great. I mean, and like I think it's good. And I've watched it multiple times because the very first time that I saw it, it was like putting me to sleep for whatever reason. I just couldn't hang with it. And then I rewatched it and I appreciated it a lot more because there's certain movies that when I watch it, I don't love it. Like I want to go back and see another time. Oppenheimer's one of those that like, because I have a massive ADD and when there's just a lot of talking in rooms and like things, I got to go back and rewatch it to kind of catch more of it. So I think that it's good. Actually, I probably prefer Godfather 2 a little more, but I've never seen Giant, but I think I want to vote for it just because my grandpa. So like one reason why my grandma married my grandpa is that when he was younger, he looked exactly like James Dean. He had a motorcycle. He had the same exact kind of hairstyle, everything, and that's like part of the reason she was attracted to him. And so we have all these old pictures. Which one of these days I'll have to find one so I can show you guys. If you literally do like a side by side, they look pretty similar. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Giant.
So yeah, I have Michael Corleone and Sonny Corleone Funko Pops.
Oh, nice.
And actually have a window blind with the giant movie poster of James Dean.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, I haven't seen Giant. When it comes to classic movies, like I've got a lot of blind spots. But The Godfather is not one of them. It's one of the greatest movies of all time. I've said enough about The Godfather, many other shows. But yeah, Godfather gets my vote.
Well, not excluding the fact that it won Malcolm 64.
Yep.
Yeah. 164. I don't know if you have it as your number one of all time, but I know it won.
Yeah.
I recommend watching Giant.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Giant either, but I agree with the others. Godfather is a classic, so that's why I went for Godfather.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Godfather, move on.
All right, let's see what's next. Ooh,
got Deadpool.
Oh,
I got like a French.
Great ass.
yes.
Nice.
No, why?
Men in Tights. Kind of like almost 2 comedies in a way.
Yeah, 2 comedies. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Fourth wall breaking comedies.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Matt.
So Deadpool is number 38, and Robin Hood Men in Tights is number 11.
Well placed.
Yeah. So Deadpool, I mean, what can I say that nobody hasn't said before? This movie is great. I still am convinced it was Ryan Reynolds that leaked that footage. You can't.
Yeah.
No, that movie is a phenomenal film first and foremost. Plus, it sticks out in a glorious way out of the era's superhero movies, like it because it's a rated R superhero movie and it's funny, it's well acted, the characters are memorable. Great film. However, I'm giving this to Robin Hood Men in Tights. This is another movie that I love it because one, it's fucking hilarious. I think it's Mel Brooks' best film in my personal opinion. And also there is a memory attached to this one as well, which there is going to be likely probably my top 20.
Sorry, that was my bad.
No, Robin Hood Men in Tights is one of those movies I remember my grandma rented it. And back in those days, we would go occasionally to my grandma's and have movie nights. So I watched it with my entire family. And it was a movie that, as a child, I thought the jokes were funny. But then as I got older and understood the jokes, I thought it was even funnier. It is an underrated comedy. I think it should, in my opinion, I think it deserves to be talked about in the same breath as Spaceballs and Blazing Saddles and whatnot. So I'm giving this Robin Hood.
Oh, yeah.
Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Yeah. Austin, what do you say?
Yeah, I like Deadpool. I don't like overly love Deadpool as much as everybody else on the internet seems to love Deadpool. I think it's a solid movie. I'll watch it. If it's on. Just to me, the jokes don't work as well on rewatch. Like once I kind of got it, I got it, and I just don't go back to it as much. But I'm a big Mel Brooks fan. Blazing Saddles is my favorite comedy of all time. Period. I adore it. And yeah, Men in Tights is a really solid movie. Great cast, and so I'll give it to Mel Brooks on this one. I'll go Robin Hood.
As Mel Brooks himself said, wit is shit, funny is money.
Yeah, right. Yeah. This a really good matchup. This one's kind of tough for me. Deadpool's in, Deadpool's in my top 128. So it's really high. Actually, have it ranked number 29 on my all-time list. So I'm a big Deadpool fan because I grew up reading all the comics and like some of the best comics is like when he's just giving it back and forth to Nick Fury. Like those are some of my favorite, and I wish they would put those two together. I don't think it'll happen in the MCU, but never say never, I guess. But then with Robin Hood Men in Tights, Mel Brooks is my number 2 favorite director of all time. My number 1's Taika Waititi, but he's my number 2, and I love just about all of his movies. And yeah, Robin Hood is awesome. Like I've seen this movie at least like 50, 60 times, so many times. So it's really tough, but you know what? Deadpool gets a lot of love in this community, so let's go Robin Hood Men in Tights. Yeah. Woo! I'll go with that, yeah. Malcolm, what do you say?
I think Deadpool's great. And I think Ryan Reynolds was born to play the role. When it comes to Mel Brooks, I really love. I actually saw Robin Hood Men in Tights for the first time last year.
Nice.
It's been one of the bigger blind spots of his filmography. And for the longest time, I kept on getting them mixed up as I kept on thinking this was one of Alan Rickman, and it's not. It's the Kevin Costner one that's got Alan.
Yeah.
But this is second Carrie Elwes movie to try up tonight.
Exactly.
But yeah, I liked Robin Hood Men in Tights, so I'm going to go Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Dare I say Men in Tights is more quotable than Deadpool?
Probably, yeah. I'm already thinking of a bunch of quotes, yeah. Brian.
Yeah, Men in Tights is not my favorite Brooks film. Mine is Young Frankenstein. That being said, Deadpool has Canada's treasure Ryan Reynolds in it, and gets brought up a lot. So let's show some look at Men in Tights.
Yeah.
So my personal Mel Brooks top 3 ranking is 1 in Men in Tights, 2 is Blazing Saddles, 3 is Young Frankenstein.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's Spaceballs on that ranking?
Yeah, Spaceball. Yeah, but
I don't watch it as much as I do the other ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
At 50, what are you going to go for?
So Robin Hood Men in Tights is the first movie I watched since moving to this apartment. I watched it with a couple of friends, one of which seen it and the other guys didn't. And it's a great movie to introduce to friends who haven't seen it. It also came out the year I was born, so that's also some extra street cred. But it's a movie I've watched and rewatched and loved for years and years before Deadpool was even a thing, before it was even on my mind. I love Deadpool. Didn't love it very much when I saw it first time in the theater. Took a couple rewatches for me to get on board with the movie. I guess I just had way too high expectations for it when it came out. But I did grew to love it. Robin Hood's a movie I loved first time I saw it. So for the second time this video, Carrie Elwes gets my vote.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, from this day forth, all the toilets in the land will be known as Johns. Right? No, yeah.
Hope there aren't any Johns watching right now.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that's
cool.
Pirates of the Caribbean,
Yeah,
Curse of the Black Pearl,
Okay.
and we got The Great Dictator, which are
Ooh.
Oh, come on.
All right.
All right. So Austin,
I have seen The Great Dictator. That monologue at the end is pretty damn iconic. Where you're talking about the state of the world and things like that. So it's good stuff. I haven't dove into as much of Chaplin's filmography as I probably should have. I will do a deep dive one day, I promise.
They're all on the Criterion.
I'll get into it at some point. I got to be in the right mood to like watch a bunch of silent movies, things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean is an incredible movie. And yeah, it's still really, really fun. Yeah, the sequels are what they are, mixed bag, but that original one is a blast. So I'll go with Pirates.
Yeah. So this one's interesting because I haven't seen The Great Dictator, but I did watch Chaplin for the first time for this, and that gave me a lot of appreciation for Charlie Chaplin and a lot of his movies. So now I kind of want to go back and watch some more of them, like this and City Lights and some of those ones. But yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean is an awesome movie. I have about 3 Pirates of the Caribbean on my top 128 list. I think that they're great, and all of them are very underrated. But this first one, it might be the best one. And I also have memories of seeing it with my best friend Doug, who passed away. I saw it with his whole entire family, and like we were like hugely surprised. Like we didn't really expect very much going in. And we're like, holy crap, that was incredible. So I'll go with Pirates of the Caribbean. And I hope Johnny Depp, they're saying that they might come back and play the character again. I really hope he does, because he deserves another shot at that, I think. So, but Malcolm, what do you say? And
I didn't say anything, so
okay.
How?
Yeah, I was gonna say it that you're muted, but
but yeah, I haven't seen A Great Dictator. Like Charlie Chaplin movies, I haven't really had the inkling to go and watch. But yeah, the first parts there of the Caribbean is great. And surprisingly, I don't think it actually comes up a lot in Tournament Fights.
no.
So yeah, I'm going to go Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, it'll come up, in a few months when we get to 2003, Malcolm.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
2006 for Dead Man's Chest.
In like 6 months or whatever. But Brian, what are you gonna go for here?
Yeah, I'll go with Pirates of the Caribbean on this one. Johnny Depp is Jack Sparrow. He transformed Jack Sparrow perfectly. He was so good in the role. I even loved the attraction a lot at Disney World whenever I was there. So
It was my favorite ride.
Yeah, Pirates of the Caribbean gets my pick.
Yeah, sounds good. 50. What are you gonna go for?
Well, there is no argument as to which is the more important movie of the two.
Mm-hmm.
So many movies, especially these days, are about some white guy saving the world. This movie is a white movie, literally a white guy literally saving the world on and off screen. But that being said, Pirates is just fun. It wasn't dealing with the political baggage of the time like Great Dictator was. And, it's just a fun time at the movies. It's enjoyable. I love it. It's my favorite of the Pirates movies. And I actually do like most of the sequels except the fourth one. So, Pirates, it's the one I most gravitate to out of these two.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm in the same boat as you when it comes to the sequels. 4 is what it is, but the other, I think 5 is underrated.
Yes, definitely.
So Pirates is 21 on my list, and Great Dictator is 33. I too am going to give it to Pirates because it is like 50 said, it's a fun film. It is a great adventure. It introduces us to a great character that got Johnny Depp nominated for a freaking Oscar. Introduced me to Keira Knightley, introduced me to Orlando Bloom, because I think by that point I'd seen I'd seen Fellowship in theaters, but I fell asleep.
Okay.
It was the first full movie I'd seen him in. Plus, it had the guy who played Commodore Norrington, had Jack Davenport. He was in one of my favorite BBC sitcoms. So I appreciate it. No, it's just a fun movie overall. And whenever we get to play the Pirates stuff in band,
Yeah, like it's really good music. Yeah.
The Great Dictator.
It's a great score, great themes.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Hans Zimmer, composer of the greatest movie of all time.
Actually, Hans Zimmer didn't do the first one.
Yeah, he did the second film.
Yeah, he took over.
Oh.
After that. Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Actor. Who did the first one though?
But no, the Great Dictator.
Like
reason I love
Klaus
it-
something or something like that. Yeah.
Klaus Badell.
Something.
Oh,
like
That's
dang.
out.
The reason why I love it is it's a great movie, very good movie. Like 50 said, or I can't remember who said it. Sorry, the ending, like it sticks with you. Once you see it, it sticks with you because it still holds up. 80 years later? The joke
More relevant today than it ever was.
Yeah, and it's a really, really good movie. However, I don't think it is the. I think the easiest movie when it comes to Chaplin that's on a talkie to watch is The Circus, but that's because it's freaking hilarious. But The Great Dictator, no. There's a memory attached to this. Back when I had some friends living in the same apartment building as me, we would do movie nights. And when it was my turn to pick, I was like, oh, I'm going to introduce him to the Chaplin pick. And I'm like, okay, well, by that point, I hadn't seen The Circus. So I was like, well, what's the easiest movie to watch? So okay, we'll sit down and watch The Great Dictator. And I thought they weren't going to laugh because it's an old movie and stuff like that. But no, they laughed and they told me they actually really enjoyed it. That was pretty cool. I didn't get that much often when I introduced my friends to movies. But like I said, I'm going to give it to Pirates just because it is way more rewatchable for me. And because I love the music, I love the characters. It's such a fun adventure. It's great. And the Lego video game is great too.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Hell
those are
yeah.
a lot of fun. They have all the original music in those games. That's
totally.
one reason why I love them. Yeah.
All right, gotta leave.
Ooh.
And Richie, welcome to the jungle.
Okay.
So, all right. Yeah, Jordan.
Yeah. So I like both of these. I was very late to League of Their Own. I only saw League of Their Own probably like 2 years ago. But like my quick little story, I'll make it very brief. But I do retail merchandising, so I'm in and out of all these retail stores. And I have a lot of freedom to just kind of like get into like the zone at a store, and then I just have my headphones on. I can just put a movie on. So like literally like the job that I had like lasted exactly about the length of a League of Their Own. So I just watched it while I was there, and like near the end, I thought I was gonna cry maybe. So I was just like, man, am I gonna cry in this store like in front of all these random strangers? They're gonna think I'm weird or whatever. But like I don't care. Like I don't know these people, so who cares? And so yeah, that movie's good. And Jumanji's really good too. That was a big surprise. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like it because the Robin Williams one's so good, but it was great. But I think I'd prefer probably a League of Their Own just a little more. So I'll go with that. But Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, I like League of Their Own. It's been a while since I've seen it, but it's a pretty good movie. But yeah, I was surprised by Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, and it's one of those ones like it's a sequel, but well, not in a way that like it just follows the game. And I think it's one of those ones like, well, the Robin Williams one is a classic. I think the way they did it by not recasting his role and just having it as the game sort of moving on to someone else, I think was the best way to do it.
Yeah.
While like I do still have issues with some things with how the game just magically decides to change into a video game because it can. Plot reasons. But it's still a good movie. So I'm gonna go Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle.
Yeah, they gave it more of a modern kind of relatable.
Now, I will say though, this is also a game that sucks people into it, and we don't know why. It just does. So I mean, I think that's why I was able to probably more easily digest the turning into the video game.
Yeah.
And the game wants to do that, so it needs to do it in the way he thinks people would want to play it.
Right. Yep.
I would rather play the video game over a board game.
Yep.
Yeah.
League of Their Own is the best Madonna film out there. So and hello, I quite enjoy a lot. League of Their Own doesn't come about Tournament Fights that much, so I'll show some love to League of Their Own.
Yeah. 50. What are you gonna go for?
Well, as everyone who knows me knows, I am not a sports person. So the answer is pretty obvious. The one with Amelia Pond in it. It's just a really, really fun movie, and I love it. I think it's the best of the Jumanji movies. And there, I said it.
Yeah. Sounds
I'm
good.
with you on that one, 50. I am.
Yeah. Matt.
So Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle is 57, and A League of Their Own is my second favorite film of all time.
Ooh.
So yeah, Welcome to the Jungle. I mean, I agree with everyone. It completely struck me by surprise. I didn't go see it in theaters. I wish I fucking did. I went saw Greatest Showman, and Star Wars. Yeah, those are the two movies.
Another great choice. Another great choice.
But whatever. But yeah, no, it's a fun movie. I rewatched it 3 weeks ago. Dare I say, I think it's Jack Black's best role, or my personal favorite role of his.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Because oh my god, does he play that role convincingly? He is so hysterical in that role. The chemistry between Kevin Hart and The Rock shines very much in this movie. The Rock is great playing against type as an awkward person. I just love that movie. But no, League of Their Own. I love baseball, but what's weird is I don't watch a lot of baseball games. I love the history and the mythos and the aura of baseball. And it's a movie I did watch when I was younger. I saw it 2-3 times. I liked it, but it wasn't until I got older and was able to rent movies of my own and stuff like that, and that I started learning more about film. And then when the DVD came out and I watched the bonus features and I started to appreciate the movie more. Dare I say, I think of the top 3 stars, this is their best roles. Again, my opinion. This movie is hilarious. It's hilarious when it needs to be, and it grabs you by the heartstrings when it wants to. It's a great story about sisters and what the lengths you would go to for your sister to make them happy. Because the ending of the final baseball game is kind of left ambiguous. Did Dottie drop the ball on purpose? Who knows? And just the idea of celebrating this thing that doesn't get as much attention as it should, because this league was a real league while the men were going off to war. The teams were real teams. So there's a great historical value. And one of my favorite moments is when they're showing the reel of all the girls and they're like, yeah, here's pretty Dottie, and oh, look at her. And good old Marla Hooch. And she's all the way in the back just waving.
Yeah.
And John Lovitz, who is hit or miss with me, is great in this movie as the scout. So
Yep.
League of Their Own, man. League of Their Own all the way.
Yeah, and I found out from doing research for this, they're gonna have a Amazon Prime series for League of Their Own, I guess.
It recently got canceled, I believe.
It's
It
on
got canceled?
season.
I mean, it had one season.
Yeah.
Oh, it did have it.
Yeah.
Already had one. Okay, I wasn't sure if it already
The
had
town where
been
they
released
filmed
or
a
not.
lot of this, of a lot of the League of Their Own, they hate Madonna because apparently she was a cow while they were filming.
Oh wow, yeah. Austin.
Yeah, I'll just keep it short. Late 80s, early 90s, Gina Davis I have a massive crush on, so League of Their Own.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that
Yeah,
one.
Jumanji's a great film, but yeah, just League of Their Own is better.
I got It Chapter 1 and Guardians of the Galaxy.
Cool. Yeah,
All right. Yeah. Wait till you see the It Chapter 2 poster later. Anyway, Malcolm.
Yeah. So I was actually I really enjoyed the movie version of it. I think it was a really good movie, and I think it really worked. Like I've never seen the miniseries of Tim Curry in that. But this was like a really good and I think it really worked. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy was a really big surprise, and it was probably the MCU's first real big gamble of these of this ragtag group of heroes that not many people really have heard of in the mains, and unless they're really massive comic book geeks. And I think it really worked. Like Chris Pratt was great as Star-Lord. Like Vin Diesel, just saying 3 words. He's more correct charismatic as Groot than he is as Dom Toretto. But yes, I'm going to go Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Brian.
Yeah, I'm also going Guardians as well. This is a big surprise for the MCU in the early phases. Like, who knew that people would love a talking recruit and get emotional for a fan to get emotion for that. Guardians of the Galaxy gets my vote.
Yeah. 50. What do you say here?
Yeah, no one thought when they announced a Guardians of the Galaxy movie that it would be good. And it not only was good, it was great. It was one of the great superhero movies. It's one of the greatest MCU movies. It's one of the greatest movies of that year. And it's just, it's funny. It pulls on the heartstrings when you need to. And it's memorable. That's the most important part. And I'm not a horror guy, so I never watched it, and I don't plan to. So my vote goes for Guardians of the Galaxy.
Sure. Matt, what are you going to go for?
I have a feeling Guardians is going to win, but Guardians is 46 on my list, and it is 23. It's actually my favorite horror movie of all time. I'm going to go with it. I'm going to be the contrarian on this. I do Guardians of the Galaxy. I love it for all the reasons you guys said. It is, you're right. It's fun. It's quotable. The soundtrack, like, oh my God, no, I'm surprised nobody's brought up the soundtrack yet. It's one of the better MCU movies. However, funnily enough, a lot of the things that people were questioning about Guardians of the Galaxy going in, you could also apply to It Chapter 2, because that was a surprise hit as well. That was a big deal when it came out. No, I love this horror movie. I think all the kids are great in it. Skarsgård is great as Pennywise, so creepy. I love that they moved it to the 1980s. So something that I can kind of relate to a little bit because I am an 80s nut. Yeah, it's just such a good movie. And also, I would put the theater experience of watching this movie up there with my theater experiences of Force Awakens and Avengers Endgame and whatnot. Because the electricity that was going through the room when the scares were happening was just something to behold. And I will always remember the sight of people jump like you see in film of people jumping into other people's arms when Pennywise was coming out of the projector in the garage.
Oh
my God! It is phenomenal. I'm giving it to that. Like I said, I know it's probably going to be Guardians, but I got to give some love to it.
Yeah, I'm Austin.
I'll also give it to It Chapter 1. One of my favorite movie theater experiences of all time. Seeing it on Thursday night in IMAX with my ex, a packed house for that movie. Yeah, that movie was a huge hit. Huge. I think it made $800 million worldwide.
Yeah,
it's one of the highest grossing horror movies.
$50 million budget or something like that. Yeah, nuts. Yeah, highest grossing horror movie maybe ever. An amazing theater experience. So yeah, I'll give it to It.
So that came out 2 days after my birthday. So that was my birthday gift to myself, was going to see that movie.
Yeah.
Guardians of the movie came out the day after I got my sergeant rank in the military. My staff sergeant, sorry.
That's
staff
cool.
sergeant, very important.
Yeah. Of what I can see here, I mean, I'm looking at the box office and that's showing like R-rated movies worldwide. It has it ranked number 5th, but I think, I don't know, something about that feels a little weird.
I think domestically it's like up there.
Yeah, it's like number 2, maybe Joker or something like that. Because like I have a hard time imagining Matrix Reloaded made more money than it, but maybe, I don't know. Like that's what it says here on Wikipedia, but don't always trust Wikipedia. But yeah, so I'm a massive Guardians of the Galaxy fan. Like that's one of my favorite properties. Like I have it ranked. I looked at my 120. I have it ranked number 22 all time. And I also love It though, and it's just outside of my 128. But I remember that theater experience. I remember that I went to go see it in one of the biggest movie theaters in the state of Washington when I was living there. And man, like it was a packed, sold out crowd. Yeah, and like the atmosphere, like you're right, like it was electric. Like you could just feel everyone just vibing with each other and the scares and like everyone would kind kind of on the same page. So it made it a lot of fun because nowadays I live in a small town. I find myself going to these movies, I'll start laughing, or I'll like maybe have like a jump scare, and I'll look around, and like people are like looking at me, like, "Calm down, guy! Like you're the only one in the theater doing that. You're annoying us," or like something like that. And I kind of miss that where you everyone's just massive fans, and you're in a packed, sold out house. So yeah. But I do have also too. I'm like sitting here. I have all three generation of the Groot. My adult Groot fell off the shelf and lost its arm though, but I have the adult one. I got the baby one there, and then I got the teenage one right there. So they're all there. But yeah, I'm gonna go Guardians.
Yeah, I've always loved going to movies opening night like this, like franchise films, especially ones I love. And for years I couldn't convince, because I'm a similar thing to you, Jordan. I live in a small town. I couldn't convince my friends coming with me opening night until they started selling advance tickets. And the one I took them to for opening night was Rise of Skywalker. And yes, nice. A lot of people loved it. And they turned to me afterwards and like, okay, we finally get why you love coming opening night.
yeah, right. Way more.
Now,
fun,
this is tough for me.
Yeah.
All right.
You in the birdcage, Brian.
Right.
Yeah, this is an interesting matchup. Both are great films, but I'm going to give it to Rocky 2 on this one. I quite enjoyed more than Birdcage, and plus I remember meeting Carl Rose last year. He had those posters on the table for his signature, so I'll go for Rocky 2.
Yeah, 50.
50.
Go ahead. Okay.
Oh, it's my. I haven't seen both of these, but I know how much Soda loves Rocky, so I'm gonna go Rocky 2.
All right, Matt.
Yeah, so Birdcage is 40, Rocky 2 is number 28. This is kind of tough because I do think they're both great films. So I'm going to give it to Rocky 2. Birdcage, I really do love, but it's one of those ones I didn't love until I was an adult. Yes, I watched it when I was younger because, again, movie nights at grandma's, all that stuff. Robin Williams, I will watch anything Robin Williams is in. But it wasn't until I became a film fan and watched it later when I realized this is a true gem. Robin Williams playing the straight man. Who knew he could be so good in a straight comedy as a straight man? Nathan Lane, besides Timon, the role he was born to play.
More than Timon?
I said besides Timon.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just an overall great film, and especially to watch Gene Hackman's character as the ultra-conservative having to deal with all the shit going on around him. It is a very, very great comedy classic. However, Rocky 2 has been with me since I was a little child. Actually, the first 4 movies have been with me since I was a little child. There was a time where I would consider Rocky 1 and 2 as my favorite film of all time. I would literally combine them as one because to me, it feels seamless. It feels like 2 movies that were meant to be made together. And then afterwards, it kind of started going a little lighter and blah, blah, blah. But these 2 Rocky movies, man, they just mean so much to me personally. We'll especially get to when we talk to the first Rocky, because spoilers, first Rocky, if you don't know, is my first favorite movie of all time. But I'm going to give this to Rocky 2. And I will say the fight at the end is probably my personal favorite is the 4th, but the second fight is the best one because the stakes in that, you will find yourself coming off the edge of your seat. Yeah, you know Rocky's going to win, but you're still invested in it. It is a good fight.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Oh,
Austin.
and by the way, I still don't know which is the official poster for Rocky 2 because I've seen that one, and then there's another one that's mostly black with just the words across.
Yeah, this is the alternate one.
Yeah, I don't know which one is the real poster.
Yeah. I haven't revisited the Birdcage in a long time. That's one I need to get back around to, and I will at some point. But yeah, I've done Rocky trivia matches. I faced JTE in Rocky trivia matches. I've gone toe to toe with him. I'm a massive Rocky fan. Watched them all on cable.
I probably myself could hold up with them.
So I'll go Rocky too.
Yeah, so I'm a massive Rocky fan also. Like I was really late to seeing a Rocky movie. I only probably saw the Rocky movies about 5 years ago or so. And like when I started watching the first one, like it was just like like one after the next after the next. I'm like, I got to see the next one. I want to see more. Give me more. They're just so good. And I was like, why did I wait so long to watch these movies? They're incredible. They're like some of the best sports movies. Period. Like they're like so inspirational. And Rocky 2 is my favorite of the franchise. Like I just love the Rocky versus Apollo Creed. And I love the training montage of him just running through the streets and everyone starts running with him and then like run up the steps with him. That's why if you watch tier ranker fights, I have that scene as like one of the last shots in our intro for it. Because I was like, I have to have that in there. And the birdcage is a lot of fun. Like I really do like it. Like I'm kind of like you, Matt. Like I came to appreciate it more later in life after a few rewatches, and it's really funny. It's really good. But I'll give it to Rocky 2.
John Roca, his podcast with Steve Morris, the Cinephiles, they actually had a really good episode on the birdcage.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, here's the idea of how long I've Rocky's been in my life. I still have the original VHS tape that I've been watching since 1990. I still have the original box. Never getting rid of this.
Dang. yeah. Hang on to that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But Malcolm, what do you say?
One of these days I'll get around to watching the birdcage. I know it's on Amazon Prime for me now, but I just haven't got around to actually watching it. But yeah, I watched all the Rocky movies for the first time. He's finished watching them all for the first time this year. Around the time Creed 3 was coming out, Rocky 2 is great. So I'm going to vote Rocky 2.
Yeah.
All right. So Rocky 2 moves on. Just a quick thing time-wise. We're only halfway through this side, and we're an hour in. We're on track for a 4.5-hour show right now. So
yeah.
All right, we pick up the pace just a tad. So let's not go as long as Wolfman's show did. So
yeah, right.
So pick it up just.
He's a talker, if you know him.
Oh, son of a bitch!
So, Child's Play and Chaplin. Yeah. 50 Shades up first.
Like I said earlier, not a horror guy. Child's Play is a big no-no for me. I gotta go Chaplin.
Okay.
Yeah. Matt.
So just give me a second. So Child's Play is 32. Chaplin is 19. This is tough because I really do love both these movies. However, I'm going to give it to Chaplin. Child's Play, I've said this on a lot of shows where this movie's come up. The story, my origins with it. Watched it at 3 years old when I shouldn't have. Gave me nightmares till I was 10. Didn't watch it again until I was 23. Love the Chucky movies, but because of that son of a bitch, I have a fear of real life dolls and taxidermies and shit like that because he's a
yeah.
But I love the movie. But Chaplin, on the other hand, is the movie that kickstarted my love for Charlie Chaplin. I rented this movie on VHS when I was about 14. And oh my God, I instantly fell in love with it. It's in my opinion, taking Iron Man out of the equation, this is Robert Downey Jr.'s best role. He inhabits Charlie Chaplin. I will say this, Charlie Chaplin's personal life, he was a schmuck. But as a filmmaker, great. As a person, fascinating. The casting in this movie, Kevin Kline as Douglas Fairbanks. You had Anthony Hopkins as the fictional character who's helping him with autobiography, which I have read twice, and I do own. And same with Chaplin, His Life and Art, the other book this movie was based on. I highly recommend for anybody who loves Robert Downey Jr. to go see this. Because, like I said, outside of Iron Man, it is his best role. I'm giving it to Chaplin, even though I have quite a personal connection to Child's Play, and I've never seen that poster before.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Austin. What do you say?
Yeah, he's the Exorcist in that poster.
Yeah, right.
I saw Chaplin not too long ago. Great performance. I don't love the movie personally. I think the movie's very uneven. And Chaplin as a character is kind of very unlikable, and I don't like watching him. He's an asshole. Great filmmaker though. But I'm a horror guy, so I'll go Child's Play, even though 2 and Bride are my favorite of the two. So
I'm surprised that for the physical media, they actually don't have a good transfer. it's still like early DVD transfer on all the editions they've released. It's not good. If you're gonna watch it, get it digitally, which I will rarely ever hear me say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have seen Child's Play. I haven't seen every Child's Play movie, but I've seen like 3 or 4 of them, and this one's good. And just an aside, they just came up with the trailer for the new TV series season where it's like Chucky doing a press conference and stuff, and it's okay. I think that trailer is a little cheesy to me, if you ask me, but the show's good. But I watched Chaplin for the first time. And this movie, it blew me away. I actually love this movie. Like I thought that it was great because the characters don't always have to be totally likable, but like I think deep down though, like he was a good person, and you really see the passion that he has for filmmaking and the love that he just put everything that he had into filmmaking. I love that the movie just kind of like jumps right into like all like his performing and the filmmaking and like everything. Like you don't really waste any time, and I appreciate that. And then I near the end too, when like he like sees the way that his career is played out, and like it's like emotional, and like he sees like a montage. I think it's at the Oscars or something like that.
It is, and that actually happened. You could go on YouTube and watch it. It was like a 7-minute standing ovation, and like everything they depicted in that scene is 100% accurate. And you can't help but just well up when you see the emotion on his face. Realizes my work mattered, because that was the thing throughout the movie that the older Chaplin would say. Is like, I don't know if they'll remember me. Who gives a shit? But to see that his work really mattered was really, really great moment in that movie.
Yeah, when I saw like the
emotion, Van Gogh moment.
Yeah, it was his Van Gogh moment from the Doctor, Vincent, the Doctor Who episode.
Yeah, when I saw the emotion on Robert Downey Jr.'s face, like I'm not gonna lie, like I cried. I was like holy cow! Like I don't know, like how you don't really. I mean, for me at least, but So I'll give it.
Directed by Richard Attenborough.
Yeah, I was surprised to find that out too. Yeah, from Jurassic Park.
Sir Lord Attenborough.
Yes, Sir Lord Attenborough.
Yeah, but
Sir Lord Richard Attenborough.
Yeah. Wait, what's next? Who's next? Sorry,
Malcolm.
This is I haven't seen Chaplin. It's been on my list to check out at some stage. But I do like Child's Play, and I think I really do love the TV series. I think that's great.
Yes.
But that's also not my favorite Child's Play of the Child's Play franchise personally. So just because we haven't seen this on Tournament Fights before, and we probably won't see it in a hurry. I'm gonna go Chaplin.
Yeah. Sounds good. Brian, what do you say?
Yeah. The first Child's Play is not my favorite. I'm more of a Chucky guy myself, but I haven't seen Chaplin, so based on what he said, I'll go Chaplin. Why not?
I highly recommend carving out 3 hours and sitting down and watch it. Marissa Tomei is in it. Dan Aykroyd's in it. Like the cast is, oh my god, phenomenal.
It's got what's her name from the Resident Evil movie, Mila Jovovich. She's in it. Yeah, that's a great cast. Yeah.
All right. Got Major League and Sing Street.
They're cool posters. Yeah.
Ew, boy. Yeah, I've never seen that Major League. I've never seen either of those.
Yeah. Well, Matt, go first.
Yeah, just give me a second. So Major League was number 34, and Sing Street, where the hell are you? It was number 56. So Sing Street is the only movie I watched. I bought it on DVD. I watched it, and then I watched it the next 4 nights. It's the only movie I've ever done that with.
Yeah.
It is a great movie, phenomenal movie, very Irish. And the soundtrack is great. Driving Like You Stole It's a banger. My personal favorite in the movie is the song Up. I highly recommend people go watch this film. However, Major League is one of the greatest sports comedies of all time. This is when I'm umping my beer league games and somebody throws a ball, I will say just a bit outside if it's fucking wide. This movie is always quoted on the ball field. This movie is well known among sports fans. This movie is just well known, period. It's one of the movies that launched Charlie Sheen into being Charlie Sheen. Tom Berenger is great as the grizzled old veteran. Wesley Snipes was one of his first big roles. I love the coach Lou, even though my favorite scene of his is in the second movie. Roger Dorn. I like just the cast of characters. Chelsea Ross. Fuck you, Jobu. Or no, up yours, Jobu. Yeah, though Major League is getting my vote. This movie is hilarious. Hilarious. Plus, let's not forget Wild Thing. Like, come on.
Yep. Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, Sing Street soundtrack's good. I'm not huge on the movie personally. Didn't love the movie, just my opinion. But I get why people like it. Yeah, and Major League, I think is all right. I said it. I think it's okay. Okay. I like the performances in it. I'm not as high on it as a lot of other people, but I'll give it to Major League. So.
Yeah, so I'm kind of with you on Major League. I think it's good. I just don't say great, but I do like some of the characters. I'm a very like character driven guy, so I like Charlie Sheen's character, or even Dennis Haysbert's character being like the voodoo guy and stuff. Like that's fun too. But Sing Street,
chicken.
Yeah, right. But Sing Street, it was a movie that really surprised me. I'm not a huge musical guy, but I really connected with Sing Street. I thought that was great. I love the music to it. Probably in the last 10 years, I've only had like 3 or 4 musicals that I really gravitate to, and Sing Street's for sure one of them. So I'll give my vote to Sing Street. Yeah.
This is another movie I showed it to my friends on a movie night, and because it was an Irish film, I never in a million years thought they'd liked it, and they liked it.
Nice. Malcolm.
To me, Sing Street's not really musical. It's more of a music movie. Is like to me, musicals like all the songs like push the narrative but with Sing Street being about
that's why I like it because it's
yeah. Well, as I said, it's not a musical. They have there is a musical adaptation of Sing Street now.
Yeah.
on board.
Argue it is because the music follows in a way. It does push the narrative because it shows where he's at different points in his life and how he's maturing through the movie. So I mean, you could make a case for it like that.
Yeah.
I'm actually with you, Malcolm. I don't think it's a musical.
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't seen Major League, so I'm going Sing Street.
Brian.
Yeah, I enjoy Major League, but I quite enjoy Sing Street. The great surprise for me is very highly underrated, like music film straight 10. So I'll go Sing Street.
Drive It Like You should have won the Oscar.
Yeah, it should have been, but 50 Shades. What do you say?
I haven't seen either. I'm a bit indifferent on them, so I go Sing Street.
I think you might like 50. You might like it.
Okay.
Good.
All right. We got Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Whoa, that's a cool book.
And
Whoa! Both great posters.
Yeah. I like that Breakfast Club one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I'm up first. Yeah, Breakfast Club is pretty solid. Yeah, I didn't watch it obsessively like a lot of other people do. I think it's a good movie. But Last Crusade is my favorite indie film, so I'll go Last Crusade.
Yeah, I really like both of these. This is kind of tough for me, but I think I'm just more an Indiana Jones guy at heart. I mean, I got him right here, so and Last Crusade. It's my third favorite of the original trilogy, but all those movies are like neck and neck for me. It's like it just depends on the day. Like I might say that a different one's my favorite. Just depends. I mean, probably Raiders overall is my favorite, but I'll give it to The Last Crusade. Yeah, Malcolm.
Yeah. I like The Breakfast Club. I don't overly love it, but yeah, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is my favorite of the series. Yeah, so Last Crusade.
Yeah. Brian.
Yeah, Breakfast Club is not my favorite John Hughes movie. My favorite John Hughes film is probably Uncle Buck. But that being said, I'll go Last Crusade as well. Great ending to the trilogy. You throw Sean Connery in there as the dad, and great score by John Williams. So Last Crusade.
Yeah. 50. What do you got here?
I'm really torn here. I love them both. And I do agree that Last Crusade is the best of the indie movies, but yeah, I think Last Crusade gets my vote. And yeah, it hurts to say it, but it's better than Breakfast Club, I think.
Yeah. Matt.
So Breakfast Club is number 2. And Last Crusade is my 5th favorite film of all time. Breakfast Club, watched it for the first time when I'm at the age I should have watched it, which was great. I appreciated it, really enjoyed it. However, my love for it came as I got later into being a film fan and understanding it more and what have you. Plus, don't you forget about me, it's an all-time banger of a movie song. But Last Crusade, like I said, is my 5th favorite film of all time. I have the original theatrical poster framed in my living room. It is such a fun adventure. It is James Bond as Indiana Jones's father. The jokes are great. No ticket, stuff like that. Fly, yes. Land, no. Action scenes in
Very
this.
quotable.
It feels. I think the reason why I like this the most is because it feels to me more like A New Hope, in a way, where it's just a fun adventure film. Yes, there's stakes. But overall, it feels like the fun takes precedent. And then, of course, as an adult, you look more at the father and son relationship between Indy and his dad. It is my favorite Indiana Jones film. It will always be my favorite Indiana Jones film. Plus the last shot. I don't mind the 4th one, but the best way to end that series was the shot of all the heroes riding into the sunset.
Yeah. That's perfect.
The Raiders. That's just with, of course, Thomas Brody almost falling off the horse.
Yeah.
Dog, Indiana.
Yeah.
Right.
I should have melded to the Marx Brothers.
Ooh. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
And Count of Monte Cristo.
I already know where this is going.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah. So, I'm kind of snacking on some things because it helps with my throat, so I don't cough on that. If you guys have ever tried the Snickers butterscotch scoop, is what it's called. It's like Snickers ice cream bar. That's pretty good. Well, just a regular candy bar, but it's flavored like butterscotch ice cream. But anyways, for this matchup, man, so I love the Count of Monte Cristo. That's actually my brother's favorite movie of all time. So I watch it with him whenever I can. And yeah, I think Jim Caviezel just gives an amazing performance in it. And but I'm a big Spider-Man guy, and just hard for me to put an animated movie over a live action one. I put over some because there are some bad live action ones. There's a couple of them, but still up there for me. Probably not in my 128, even though a lot of other Spider-Man movies are. But still, I think that I'll vote for it here. I'll go Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah. Malcolm.
Yeah, I like a good Monte Cristo sandwich. I just haven't seen the Count of Monte Cristo. But yeah, I'm going Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Brian.
I also haven't seen Count of Monte Cristo, but I quite enjoy Spider-Man a lot. Love the new animation style they used for it, and the animation style worked well with the new Across Spider-Verse this year, so I'll go to Spider-Verse.
Yeah. 50. What are you going for?
Spider-Man's my boy. I still prefer Across the Spider-Verse, but Into the Spider-Verse is still a really, really good movie, and just having Stan Lee there in the movie the same year he passed away is just it hits you right in the heart where it matters. You can't see because of where my name tag is, but yeah, I put it over Monte Cristo.
Nice. Sounds good. Matt.
So yeah, it went exactly as I thought it was going. So Spider-Verse is number 27 on my list, and Counting Monte Cristo is number 26. I love Spider-Verse. Don't get me wrong. It is a great film for all the reasons everyone has said. It is such a groundbreaking film. I had really good expectations going into it. I was completely blown away. One of the best Spider-Man films of all time, if not the best Spider-Man film, but not my favorite. It's number 2. However, County Monte Cristo, I'm going to give it to this just because I got to give it some love. I'm going to give it to County Monte Cristo. It is a hidden gem. Whenever somebody asks me to what's a movie that I haven't seen or whatever, I recommend this one. It is a great revenge tale. I think it's Jim Caviezel's best role. What's his face? Pierce. Guy Pierce is great at Montego. It's got a very young, muscular build Henry Cavill in one of his early. It's got Richard Harris in there. It is a really, really good revenge film. I highly recommend it for anybody who hasn't seen it. So I'm just to give it love. I'm going to give it to Count of Monte Cristo.
Yeah. Well, Austin.
I will bore people with the details about they're well aware of my Spider-Verse thing where I can't watch that animation style because it makes me nauseous.
Yeah.
So despite what Jordan continues to claim, I don't hate that movie. I don't hate it.
Okay.
I don't hate the content. I don't hate the characters, the writing, nothing like that.
Just animation.
I just can't watch the animation. Same reason I can't go watch Turtleverse because it's the damn thing. So, yeah, that's what I call it. It's the same animations. Enter the Turtleverse.
Rise of the Machines.
Yeah, so I'll give it to Count of Monte Cristo. I own it, and it's a solid movie. But despite that, Spider-Verse. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I got the Karate Kid and Avengers.
Come on.
And that's a game, I believe.
That's
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
game.
Okay.
Game.
It's more
alright.
purpley than it's Endgame.
Yeah, no, it just got cut off, but it's in game.
Yeah.
Malcolm.
I like the Karate Kid. I think it's a really good movie, but Avengers Endgame is my favorite MCU movie, and it's in my personal top 5 as well. So I'm going to go Avengers Endgame.
Yeah. Sounds good. Brian, what do you say?
It's also Malcolm's new favorite movie as well, according to Tournament Fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm also going with Endgame on this one. It's my favorite of the MCU movies. Love the whole culmination towards the fall battle with all the Avengers coming out of the portals. Great score by Silvestri. My favorite Robert Downey Jr. performance in the MCU, so Endgame.
I could have sworn that The Godfather was his favorite from Tournament
Well, that was
Fights.
64.
128 and 64.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah. Well, 50? What do you say?
I can sit here for an hour and talk about my emotional connection to both of these movies and why I love them both, but I think we can all agree that Karate Kid really got screwed on this tournament fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Endgame for me.
Yeah.
Endgame.
Matt?
I agree that
It's a shame the MCU went to shit after that movie, but whatever.
Yeah, right.
a great kick in the balls with this one. Fuck. Yeah, I gotta give it to Endgame as well. So Endgame is 14. Karate Kid is number 18. Karate Kid I have loved since I was a kid. I actually have read all the 3 novelizations. I don't know if any of you remember reading old novelizations of books, those little like pocket ones.
Yeah.
I have used to
for
have
Star Wars.
cassette tape. And plus with Cobra Kai coming out, it has elevated my love even more. Honestly, without Cobra Kai, I don't know how high Karate Kid would be on my list. I think it might be in the lower half, but it is such a good movie. However, Avengers Endgame is my favorite MCU film. This is hands down my favorite movie theater experience. I'll never forget the first time hearing On Your Left.
Yeah.
And the crowd
In the Winter Soldier.
in this movie. And you could feel the buzz in the crowd, and then you see everybody come up. And then for me, when you see the shot down the line and it ends on cap and it says Avengers Assemble. And no joke, everyone in a sold out theater stood on their feet and went, woo! Yeah. Avengers Endgame. It's Karate Kid got the shaft on this one. It's Endgame.
Yeah, sounds good. Austin?
Karate Kid for me. Love these movies.
movies.
Love Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai is one of the best shows to come along in years. Great show that I had little expectation for, and it's
And no right to be as good as
it's so good. And I'm in the camp that thinks Avengers Endgame is one of the most overrated MCU movies. I just am. So, I'll go Karate Kid.
Teach their
Yeah.
own.
Yeah.
Well, this one's tough because like I love the Karate Kid series. Yeah, I'm a massive Cobra Kai fan because my favorite TV show of all time is Boy Meets World, and it probably always will be. But when I saw Cobra Kai, like I thought, like, is this going to surpass it as my favorite TV show ever made? Maybe, like it's coming close. And we had some family come stay with us. For about a month and a half, my aunt and my cousin, they decided to do a rewatch, and I'd be like sitting in my room, like prepping for an episode or like something, and I hear the music out there. I'm like, I'd be like, shit, they're watching something Karate Kid, like anything in the universe, and like I'd just be drawn out there and just go like sit down and watch it with them, and like it's just hard not to. But yeah, and then Endgame is just so good, just like what they were able to build up to, like over so much time and so many years, and just have all those heroes come together, and it actually works. It like for me, it doesn't really feel too overcrowded because everyone gets their certain amount of screen time. Everyone gets their moment. It just works really well.
You already know them. Like you don't need. You didn't. It helped. Definitely helped if you'd watched.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, this is probably the toughest match for me so far, but I got to give it to Endgame. Yeah.
Hercules and Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Another movie with on your left.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to Brian.
Yeah, I enjoy Winter Soldier, but I think Hercules is sort of underrated on these tournaments. Never comes up. It's great music by Alan Menken. Great voice cast. James Woods as Hayes, Dan DeVito as Phil. Great songs. I could go the distance, so I'm gonna go with Hercules.
Yeah.
That's a movie, I think.
Yeah.
Hercules, right?
Yes,
that's from the Nutty Professor.
Yeah, from the Nutty Professor. Yeah, but
Yeah.
50. What do you say?
I say Hercules is the most underrated Superman movie of all time. That being said, I'm going with Captain America. I mean, I thought I was going to like it, but it really blew me away and surprised me when I actually got around to seeing it. So, Winter Soldier all the way through.
Technically, Hercules can sort of fly if you count Pegasus when he flies with Pegasus, but
in about as much the same way as Ant-Man can fly.
Yeah, right. What do you say, Matt?
So this is another one where they're really close on my list. Winter Soldier is 47 and Hercules is 49. Winter Soldier at one point was my favorite MCU film. It's still in my top. It's still up there. Hercules, though, is an underrated classic. The reason why Winter Soldier is a bit above is because as a film itself, like as a film from start to finish, everything that went into it, it's a better film. However, Hercules, man, you're right. The songs are great. I have Meg's song on "Don't Won't Say I'm in Love." I have that on my my playlist. I took Holy Hera from this film. Hades, I love Hades in this film. Hey, who blew up my hair?
Yeah,
and that is a movie poster I want. So I'm gonna do Hercules.
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah, when we did our Renaissance show on podcast about movies, I was curious about Hercules as well. I hadn't seen that one in years. I think it's okay. I didn't grow up with that one either. That was I was moving on to other movies around that time in my life. So when that one came out, but Winter Soldier's awesome. So I'll go to Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I'll just keep it short. I'm a huge huge Winter Soldier fan, and I think that Cap and Bucky's one of the best relationships in like all of the MCU. I think it's really good, and I think Hercules is just okay. Also, I have family members that are obsessed with it and literally like sing the music all the time, and I'm just like all right, like that's enough. But so yeah, a pretty pretty easy. I'll go Winter Soldier. That's a cool poster with the Hydra and all that on there.
Yeah, that is the actual poster. Like, I really want. Oh, you're talking the Captain America one. Yeah. Before.
Yeah, that's cool. But Malcolm.
Oh, and also Robert Redford is a villain. Like, come on.
Oh yeah. Freaking Robert Redford. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like Hercules. I don't think it's underrated. I think it's rated fairly. Yeah, I really I enjoy Captain America Winter Soldier. I think it's great. So Winter Soldier gets my vote.
Yeah.
All right, Winter Soldier. And
Hercules does lose a bit of points though because of how much they bastardized the history.
Yeah.
I mean, Disney.
Oh
boy.
All right.
The Japanese poster for Greece.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Jurassic Park.
No, in parts of the world is Vaselina.
Yeah. Who's first now?
50.
All right. 50 Shades. What do you got here?
I think this might be the end of my friendship with soda. I'm not the biggest fan of both of these. I think they're both pretty overrated.
You go to hell.
But I prefer the Jurassic Park franchise to the Grease franchise. So I'm going with Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Matt.
I'll see myself out.
No. This is a tough one for me because this is two movies in my top 10. Grease is number 10. Jurassic Park is number 7. Oh, fuck. I think I'm going to go with Jurassic Park, but here's why. Grease is the first movie I've ever loved. It is the first soundtrack I've ever had memorized. I've had memorized now for 31 years. I can sing both parts in key. I just love that movie. My mom says it's the movie when I was a little kid I requested that we rented the most. I also love Grease too. But Grease that's one of those.
Talking about Grease 1, not Grease 2. Sorry.
That is Grease is one of those movies that is as part of my DNA.
That's the Tournament Fights joke.
It's as part of my DNA as any other movie on my list. Same with Jurassic Park. Now, this is why I'm choosing it is because it was the first movie that opened my eyes to what filmmaking is. I saw it opening weekend, front row. I was 6 years old. And I'll never forget the awe of looking up and seeing the Brachiosaur appear for the first time and then seeing the T-Rex for the first time. And the fear I felt watching that movie, followed by the excitement. And then I saw it when they released it in IMAX. I felt like a kid again because I got those exact same feelings. Jurassic Park for me is one of the greatest films of all time. It is still one of the best uses of CGI of all time, and it was one of the first. This movie is amazing. I like the rest of the franchise as well. I'm a kind of a Jurassic World apologist. I loved the last one because to me it's like, oh, they finally realized what they are and they've embraced it.
Yeah.
But no, Jurassic Park is I remember front row center. My aunt and uncle who don't speak to each other anymore, they took me to that movie. I was obsessed with it and launched my love of dinosaurs. Like another movie again, it's part of my DNA.
Yep, sounds good. Awesome.
I think you mean Dino DNA, Matt. I'm sorry.
Yes. And Lego Jurassic World, got to play it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Two movies I had on VHS as a kid, so I've seen both of these many times. Seen Grease a lot. One of the musicals I do like. Like the story. Jurassic Park kind of rules my world, so I'll say Jurassic Park. Yeah, I've seen that movie. I've quoted it to my mom while I've told the story while we were at a brewery and they had horrible speakers, so I just recited the entire movie to her so she knew the dialogue right off the top of my head. No problem. So Jurassic Park, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jurassic Park's my number 4 favorite movie of all time. Like this movie is like everything to me. Like it's just I don't know. Like for me, just the way that they do the CGI and like how realistic those dinosaurs look. I don't care what the dinosaurs are even doing. They're just running around ripping people's heads off or like ripping lawyers off of toilets, doing all that stuff, and like it's just like so much fun. Like I like all of them, even like the bad ones, like the second Jurassic World. I don't even remember what they even call it, but
Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah.
I agree.
That one's kind of bad, but I still like the dinosaurs in it. I still have fun with the dinosaurs, and there's a reason why there are multiple Jurassic Park rides all around the world, like at different theme parks and stuff. And Greece, like I don't see a lot of representation in pop culture too much. There's some, but I mean, just comparatively. But
if you're a music guy, that's usually where you find the praise.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So like I'm not a huge Grease fan. I actually like Grease 2 even better. So I'll go Jurassic Park. Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, I love Grease. I think it's really good. But I don't think I would have. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say Jurassic Park is overrated until right this moment.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's just me.
But I really enjoyed the Grease prequel series actually that was recently that was on for one season, then cancelled and removed off Paramount Plus, so no one else could see it.
We used to watch it illegally online, like I do.
Oh
yeah.
No, there is. That's the only way you can watch was the thing. Yes. But yeah, unfortunately, it has to go up against Jurassic Park. But maybe if Grease had to dress a T-Rex singing "You're the One That I Want," maybe I'll vote for it. But I'm gonna go Jurassic Park.
That'd be kind of like frightening. I don't know.
It would be.
But Brian, what do you say?
Yeah, when it comes to people's top 64, the one movie they always put is Jurassic Park, which is why it's here. It's a classic, but the Spielberg's best films. But I do enjoy Grease, but this round I'm going to go to Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it might be fair to say that like all of us except 50 might have this in our top 120.
As a fun companion to Jurassic Park,
I have yours. Okay.
Weird Al's song Jurassic Park done to the tune of McCarthy.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I love that.
Part 2.
Yeah.
Try to get part 2. Yeah, and Demolition Man.
Ooh,
Demolition Man.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Matt, yeah.
Already?
Yeah.
Yep, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, 15 right before.
Which Karate Kid is this?
This is
Karate
part
Kid
2.
Part 2.
Yeah, part
Okay.
2.
Just give me a second because I don't remember where I had this on my.
Because that's the final part where he's got chosen. And he's like, "Live or die, man, die."
Yeah.
Wrong.
Yeah.
With Okinawa.
Yeah, Karate Kid Part 2 was number 60 on my list. Where the fuck is Demolition Man? I know it's up there.
I think it was in the 50s.
Yeah. There it is, 59. Wow, 59 and 60.
Wow.
Yeah, geez, Louise. Because I really love Karate Kid Part 2. I really do. And I also love Demolition Man. Like, that's another one of those childhood movies that I freaking wore out a videotape. But I gotta give it to Karate Kid Part 2. One, because I just want to see a Karate Kid movie move on. But two, I actually do think it is, even though Demolition Man is one spot higher, I do think as a film, Karate Kid Part 2 is a better film. And there's a lot of great moments in there, and I actually do appreciate the fight at the end.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it to Karate Kid Part 2. Like, again, these are two movies that I've been watching since I was a kid, but yeah, I got to give it to KK2 here.
Yeah. Austin, what do you say?
No, I like both these movies a lot. Yeah, Karate Kid 2 is great. That's the one that actually came on cable the most when I was a kid, so I saw that one a whole lot. And again, you know, with Cobra Kai and what they've done with Chosen is great on there. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of Demolition Man. That's one of my favorite action movies ever. I love everything about this movie. I've seen it 8,000 times. Like I love this movie. So yeah, I'm gonna actually go Demolition Man.
Yeah, he doesn't know about the 3 seashells.
Yeah, right. Yeah, what do those seashells mean? What do they? I don't know what they do. I don't get it.
I love it. He just goes up to the freaking ticketing machine, just curses at it for toilet paper.
Yeah, but
Ugh.
something to do with the bathroom or something, right? Isn't that?
So one of the theories I've heard out there was two for scooping and pulling, and one for anyways.
Yeah, right.
It's like a bidet or
Yeah.
it's something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, but funny enough, the Karate Kid, that movie that always came on when I was growing up on cable, was the next Karate Kid for whatever reason. That movie came on all the time.
It was
for me.
part 3.
Yeah. For whatever reason, I saw Karate Kid 1, Karate Kid 2, and the next Karate Kid about a dozen times before I even saw the third one. I was way late on the third one, but yeah. And then whenever I think of Demolition Man, it just makes me think about Taco Bell. Like I want some Taco Bell. So, but that's like my kind of
Pizza
guilty.
Hut.
Oh yeah, but like Taco Bell is one of my guilty pleasures as far as like fast food. I don't really eat a ton of fast food, but I'll have some Taco Bell from time to time. But yeah, it's got to be the Karate Kid for me though. Like that the movie was awesome. I just like the whole aspect of them going to Japan and like everything that takes place and the love story over there and all of that. So yeah, and the tournament over there, all of that. So yeah, the Karate Kid Part 2. Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, the funny thing is, like, I think they changed Taco Bell to Pizza Hut outside of the US because
outside America.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. I was gonna say.
Yeah, because most
Taco
countries
Bell in North America.
Yeah.
But nowadays you can probably find a Taco Bell because I know there's a Taco Bell in New Zealand now.
Nice.
so it's just one of those things.
Yeah.
So I think even I think with one of the turtles movies, I think one of the pizza brands changed between countries and that as well.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But anyway, I've saw Karate Kid Part 2 for the first time at the same time I saw the first one, and that was last year. I like it; it's pretty good. But I actually really like Demolition Man. I think it's fun, so Demolition Man gets my vote.
Yeah, Brian, what do you say?
Yeah, we were thinking Demolition Man. We're thinking Rob Schneider's role in the film,
Yeah.
as one of the agents. But I'm going to Quiet Kid Part 2 on this one. It's one of my favorite one. I love the travel to Okinawa, Daniel in that country. So, nothing to the Chosen. I agree, Chosen is great in the TV series as well for Cobra Kai. I gotta go Quiet Kid on this one.
Yeah, when I met Rob Schneider at a convention, he started talking about working with Sylvester Stallone, and like he has a really good impression of him. So
Oh yeah,
pretty
like
fun.
I know people shit on Judge Dredd, but honestly, I have that's a guilty pleasure of mine, and I think Rob Schneider's hilarious in that film.
Yeah, it's good. 50. What do you say?
I go Demolition Man. It's my favorite of the two. And my theory on the 3 seashells: no one knows how they work. They just like to make fun of each other and pretend that they do know how they work.
They really hit the toilet
Right.
paper.
Yeah,
I
right.
think the toilet paper's actually in the wall. You like push a button and it comes out, but they just didn't tell them.
Yeah, right.
Three seashells, not pull them off.
Yeah,
No one knows how they work, but everyone likes to pretend they do know how they work.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to look stupid in front of their friends.
What's next?
Well, we got a tie to Brian. It gets tied.
Quiet Kid Part 2.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. Okay, so we got another side to get to. Let's keep up the faster pace that we did the last couple of ones, and we'll get to this other side before we get to the finish. So
I really do like the alternate posters you grabbed.
I got more.
Cool.
That was just one side.
Yeah.
That's why I told everybody to pick it up because we got a whole other side to get to.
Yeah.
So we got to keep the pace up.
Coming up in a minute.
Right. Well, no, it's late for you. Like, if for whatever reason you got to head out at 50 at any point, that's fine. but just stay as long as you can, though. Yeah.
Police Academy and Mask of Zorro. I'm up first. These are two that I both really need a rewatch on. It's been years since I saw Mask of Zorro. I remember liking it, and it's been absolutely forever since I saw Police Academy. But I have the DVD set of like all 7 of them or whatever. Like I have it over there. I know. But you know, it was like almost the same price as just buying the original. So I was like, why not?
Might as well, right?
So yeah, it was like $20, and the original one by itself was like $10. So I was like, whatever. I think I'll go with Mask of Zorro because it's Martin Campbell, and that might work better on a rewatch. So I'll go with Mask of Zorro.
Yeah. I don't want to get us demonetized. I was just bringing up the the Police Academy theme song just for myself to like hear because it has a great theme song. It's good, yeah. And like I'm just so on the Zorro movies. I think they're good, but they're like nothing great for me. But I love the Police Academy movies, like especially like the first like 2 or 3 or
really, 1 and 2 are the ones I grew up watching the most.
Yeah, really good. They kind of get a little wonky as they go on, but they're still fun. Especially forget the guy that makes all the sound effects in it.
Michael Winslow.
Yeah,
Michael Winslow.
Good at it. Yeah,
The
Michael
only one that
Winslow,
appeared in
yeah.
almost 7.
Yeah.
One of the few, too. I mean,
Yeah, he's awesome in that, and Spaceballs, he's in that too. So, yeah, I'll give it to Police Academy. Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, I like Mageau. I think it's fun, but yeah, the first Police Academy is my favorite of the series. Like the sequels, whatever. It's one of those ones like I'm surprised they haven't tried doing a legacy sequel of Police Academy. If at least the people who are still alive.
I think they tried to do one about 16 years ago. I had heard.
Yeah, what happened to Steve Guttenberg? He kind of vanished.
He's the one, and funnily enough, he was the one that wanted to distance himself from this franchise. He's the one that wants to do the legacy thing the most.
Oh, really?
But Police Academy is also one of those weird movies from the 80s that got a kids TV or animated TV show. But yeah,
probably both of them did. I wouldn't be surprised.
As far as I know, Master hasn't had a TV show yet.
Okay.
But yeah, Police Academy is fun, so I'm going to go Police Academy.
Yeah.
3
Brian,
years
what do you
old
say?
next year.
I mean,
Okay.
technically, they did Zero show long time ago in black and white. So,
Well, yeah.
Oh,
There's been a lot. There's even been an animated Zorro
Like
show.
Errol Flynn is
Zorro the
involved in
Gay Blade, which I cannot for the life of me find. I haven't seen
Yeah.
that since I was a kid.
it.
yeah. Anyways, I haven't seen Matt Zero in a long time, but I have a lot of Police Academy. Love Michael Winslow in the film doing those voices. I even met him at college a few years ago. Police Academy gets my vote.
Yeah. 50. What do you say?
No unnecessary stalling for time. Police Academy.
Yeah, sounds good.
I want to get this done with.
Sure. Yeah.
Police Academy is number 58 on my list, and Mask of Zorro is number 12. But I'm going to give this to Police Academy because I do think it's the more fun. And I had been watching this movie since a very inappropriate young age. That just shows how times were different back then. Like I had this and the second one on VHS, and I watched them on. I love it to pieces. Mask of Zorro, I think, is a better film, and there's a personal attachment to that. It's the only time as a child that I can remember me and my dad going to the movies by ourselves. I don't think he took me. I don't recall him ever taking me before that, and we've been a few times since. But that was the first one. And I think it's my favorite Antonio Banderas role. I love this movie to bits. I showed it to 2 of my younger cousins a couple years ago, and they absolutely loved it. They thought it was a great film.
Nice. Sounds good.
But Police Academy. I mean, like, it was pretty cool to see it move on.
Yeah.
Oh, and it has a very young Kim Cattrall in it.
There you go.
Father of the Bride and Almost Famous. That's what that is. Got cut
Oh,
off.
okay.
Yeah,
Almost Famous.
I'll
Okay.
see this
Yeah.
first film.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah. I think both of these movies are good, but like not great. But I kind of grew up more watching Father of the Bride. I've seen it more, and Steve Martin is one of the greatest comedians of all time. Like he's just hilarious. Like no matter what he does. So I think I'll give it to Father of the Bride here. So Malcolm.
Yeah, I like Almost Famous. I think it's really good, but yeah, I really enjoyed Father of the Bride. I think it's a really good rom-com, and yeah, I'm gonna go Father of the Bride.
And also wanted to add that I tried to do a deep fake of the Father of the Bride poster with your face, Matt, on both the characters, the father and the daughter, but for whatever reason, on a side view, the result comes out really creepy looking. The face is all stretched out and weird looking. So I'm like, oh no, like no, thank you. That looks like nightmare fuel. No, so but Brian, what do you say?
Yeah, I'm also going for Brown as well. I enjoy seeing Martin, even though Martin Short in this film as the main player as Frog. And it's a good remake also, so Father of the Bride.
Yeah. 50, what do you say?
Father of the Bride. Let's keep this going.
Sure.
Famous is my number 63 film of all time. Father of the Bride is my number 8. I'm giving it to Father of the Bride. I love both these movies very, very much. Almost Famous has one of my favorite all-time just soundtracks, period, of all the songs throughout the movie. This is actually one of the rare ones. I will watch the director's cut over the theatrical cut. I think it is a superior film. But Father of the Bride, though, it is such a beautiful film. It is a funny film. The moments are very heartfelt. It doesn't beat you over the head with them. The chemistry between Steve Martin, Diane Keaton, and Kimberly Williams, and of course Martin Short. You can't forget Frank. It's phenomenal. We went a couple weeks ago when I was house sitting, when I was outside watching the dogs. I watched Father of the Bride Part 3-ish. For those of you who haven't,
yes, the COVID one.
I highly recommend it. It sucks you right back in. I was in tears halfway through.
Yeah, that was good.
So I have Father of the Bride Part 2 at number 92 in my top 100. I love that one.
Cool. Sounds good. Austin.
Yeah, watched both these within the last year. I think both of them are all right. Probably more likely to go back and watch Father of the Bride, so I'll go back to that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do a tournament versus for Steve Martin and Martin Short one of these days.
Yeah, we actually could, yeah. But 50. Just to be fair to let you know, when we get to the inner brackets, we hold everyone to 10 seconds or less every turn. So we'll fly through it again. The inner ones. Yeah.
It's literally just votes when we get to the inner ones.
Yeah.
So, Life of Brian and Lethal Weapon 2.
Ooh. An interesting Lethal Weapon 2 poster.
Oh yeah,
the bomb
on the toilet. Yeah.
It looks like it should be Dumb and Dumber poster, but it's not.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So Malcolm.
I'm a big Monty Python fan. I love Life of Brian. I think it's probably one of the best. But I just recently sort of watched all the way from Pentecost for the first time a wee while ago. It's not my favorite, but I really do like Lethal Weapon 2, so I'm going to go Lethal Weapon 2.
Yeah. Brian, what do you say?
Yeah, I haven't seen Lethal Weapon in a long time, so I'll go with Life of Me.
Sure, yeah. Life of You sounds good. 50.
I have a great friend in Rome called Brian.
Yes.
Hey, Soda. Crucifixion?
That way.
You always ruin it.
I know. I always screw up the joke. Crucifixion, yes.
Good.
There we go. Okay, so Life of Brian is number 48, and Lethal Weapon 2 is number 25. Lethal Weapon 2 is my favorite of the series. I think it is one of the best action films ever made. However, I'm giving this to Life of Brian. This is easily one of the most quotable movies out there. I think it is the best of the Monty Python films. I think it is the funniest, in my opinion, just because the humor is smart and way ahead of its time. I'm giving it to Life of Brian. Plus, it introduced us to Always Look on the Bright Side of Life, which is I think the number one funeral song of all time or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
Judean People's Front!
Yeah.
It's front of Judea.
Austin. This is a little tougher because this is my favorite of both of these kind of franchises. I love Lethal Weapon 2. I think it's the best of the series as far as it has the best balance of all the elements. I think it works. But yeah, Life of Brian is my favorite Monty Python movie. I just watched it a few years ago for the first time. Loved it. I'm not a religious guy, so I love the religious satire in this movie. I think it's perfect. And I love Eric Idle as the mother. I think the mother character is absolutely hilarious.
Oh, that's not Eric Idle. That's
is that what's the name?
Jones.
Oh yeah, Jones. But yeah, Terry Jones. Yeah,
Terry
so,
Jones, yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah, but the mother character is hilarious. Oh my god, it's so funny.
No,
But
Palin
yeah,
is cheeky.
I think I'll go Life of Brian though, because it doesn't get a lot of love on when it comes up on tournament fights. So I'll go with that.
Yeah, and also when it comes to Monty Python in general, like it's always the Holy Grail that's getting the most love. But Monty Python,
I think Life of Brian's a better movie. I'm not
100%.
I think Life of Brian's better.
I love the story of how it got financed. They couldn't get the money for it. Eric Idle was hanging out with George Harrison, and he was telling him about the movie, and George Harrison wrote him a check, and Eric Idle was like, why did you do this? And George Harrison's response is awesome, because I want to see it. So pretty much,
I want to see the movie. Yeah,
I want to see the movie. It's the world's most expensive theater ticket.
Yeah.
The money.
Okay,
He's
so
got FU money.
that George Harrison.
That George Harrison, who has a cameo in the movie as well.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I can't remember the context of the scene, but it's when Brian enters and you got all the people of the GD in front. I think they're about ready to go hiding. I think it's when the Romans come in and ask if they've seen Brian, or it's one of those scenes. But yeah, he's in there for a cameo.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, for me, I'm not the biggest Life of Brian fan. Like I watched it for the first time last year, and I was kind of just like bored. Like honestly, like I just wasn't like really with it that much. Like for me, for Monty Python, like I'm probably more of a Holy Grail guy, but I also like The Meaning of Life too. That's pretty good. So even History of the World Part 1, like they had high hopes for the
Python.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's in Mel Brooks. So forget that one. But it just kind of seems like it's in that vein. But yeah, Lethal Weapon 2 is probably the best of the franchise. I've only seen 1, 2, and 3. I've never seen Lethal Weapon 4. So
I'll defend the fourth one. I like the fourth one more than 3.
I did well, but my friend's brother hated it so much that when he got the box set, he took the 4th DVD and he threw it away in the woods.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Weird.
It sounds like our other co-host Chris Scott, when he watched The Watchmen for the first time, he hated it so much that he took his DVD out and snapped it in half. I don't get that. But,
wow.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'll go Lethal Weapon 2. Yeah.
All right, and we got It Chapter 2, looking like the Urban Legend poster, which I love.
Nice.
Looking like a 90s poster, and Titanic.
Oh, I want that poster. That is a nice one.
Which one, Titanic or It?
Both.
The old-timey poster.
That's a 50s poster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, Brian.
Yeah, I'm not a horror person, so I haven't seen the It films, but I'll go with Titanic on this one. I quite enjoy it. Well, I quite enjoy my heart will go on as well. So Titanic.
Yeah. 50. What do you say here?
Titanic.
Was that in whatever language that you speak? I can't remember. Like Hebrew.
That's a personal joke.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like Hebrew.
I think that way is the Sean Connery reference.
Okay.
No, it is not, but okay.
Oh, so is that a vote for Titanic then? Okay.
Yes.
Matt.
Okay, so I want to say I love both these posters. This is a no-brainer for me. It is Titanic. It Chapter 2 is my 50th favorite film of all time. Titanic is my number 4, and for those who know me, know how much I love this movie. This movie I love for the actual story of the ship, to the point where I have read every book in the Terrace Public Library twice. I have watched so many documentaries. I have watched this movie so many times. I have listened. My favorite commentary of all time is the historical commentary on this film. And to hear just like the two foremost historians that worked in the film, they said that when they walked on the ship, it legit felt like when they walked back in time. It just, the amount of detail that James Cameron put into this movie is awesome. I think it gets too much shit because of the love story. Who gives a shit? The point of the movie is, what would you do if you found out you had 2 hours left to live? And fun fact, the entire time from when the ship hits this iceberg to the ship sinks is the exact time it took in real life. They actually got it down to the second.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, no, I'm giving it to Titanic. Hands down, this has been a favorite of mine since 1997. and I will not die. I will not rest until I see them talk about that movie on the Cinephiles.
Sure, yeah. Austin.
Yeah, I'm a horror guy, but I'm also a Titanic defender. I think that movie's great, and I even appreciate just as a disaster movie. I think it's a great disaster movie, and all the stuff that he does with that is fantastic. And I've learned to appreciate the movie more and more and more. So I'm going to vote for it, and Jordan's not going to because he's not a fan.
I'm looking for a 4K release.
You got that right. Yeah, I am not a Titanic fan at all. I think this movie's boring. A lot of it it's just like dumb. Like I hate how the movie ends. I just don't care for it. I do appreciate the set pieces though. The set pieces are incredible. And
I hate how they ended it, man. It's so historically accurate. I wish it would have changed it for the movie.
Yeah.
So fun.
Well, I mean, I don't think that like two people that like one of them falls off of like a piece of wood into the water. Is that actually accurate? I don't.
Yeah,
I don't,
absolutely. Yeah. Sure was.
Because it just seems really weird. Like even in real life, they could have like saved the guy, but whatever. And also like these idiots, I should have learned from the first ship that already sank. They had the Olympic, that one sank. Then the Titanic comes out. Then they do another one, the Britannic, and they all
Three
sink.
sister ships.
Yeah, so like what a waste. But they didn't learn their lesson. So I'm not a fan of the Titanic at all. I think it's massively overrated. And I actually like It Chapter 2. I think it Chapter 2 is a lot of fun, and that one is very underrated. I think so. I'll go with It Chapter 2.
So, fun fact about Titanic: a lot of the sets were done from the original blueprints of the ship, and a lot of the stuff, like for
that part is cool.
ship,
I like that.
like the cutlery and the dining plates and all that stuff were from the original manufacturers. A lot of the things were from either the original blueprints or the original manufacturers. That's how detailed they went.
And they even have like a story that isn't there some lady that like went on all three ships and survived? I think there is. Like,
there's Violet Jessup.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think, but
Maybe she's the one that sank all those ships.
yeah, maybe.
Very. But when she was on the Britannic, it was when it was a hospital ship.
Okay. Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, I like It Chapter 2, but yeah, I really love Titanic. I think it's a really good movie, and it's actually one of the first movies to make like over $1 billion with like two leads which are basically were basically unknowns at the time of release. Like they both had done movies, but they weren't like as big stars as they are now. So,
yeah, this is the
Titanic.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's everyone. Okay.
Got Aladdin.
Oh, whoa.
And Young Frankenstein.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was the Blue Beetle poster for a second.
Yeah.
So 50.
Okay, so first of all, shame on you, Soda, for not having the Lion King on this list.
My personal list says guy who doesn't like
Soda. You're a big Lion King fan.
We're even. You don't like Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's me getting back at you. Okay, so I'll add it.
Yeah. Matt, what do you say?
Well, just give me a second. Where the hell is Young Frankenstein on this friggin' list? Young Frankenstein. There we go. Another close one. So Aladdin is 36. Young Frankenstein is 44. Aladdin, I saw in theaters. First movie I saw in theaters. Young Frankenstein. Some of my favorite jokes. The walk this way bit. You ain't got nobody, and nobody cares for me. Yeah. I love like I said, it's a great film. I'm gonna give this to Aladdin though. And there's one reason and one reason only. There's something in that movie that Young Frankenstein does not have. Robin Williams. Like I just can't.
Yeah.
Like Robin fucking Williams. Like this is the first movie where it was like oh my god, that opened my eyes to the comedic genius of Robin Williams. Dear God,
Letty. Your boy.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's the reason I'm giving it to is because it's Robin Williams, hands down. But Young Frankenstein, great film. Great cameo by Gene Hackman. Just put on the Ritz. Great scene. Just overall great. Oh, and fun. I love this fact. The equipment in the laboratory is the equipment from James Whale's Frankenstein. The same equipment.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the
That's
guy
cool.
had it in his garage the whole time.
Nice. Well, Austin.
Aladdin has Robin Williams, but Young Frankenstein has Gene Wilder. I'm going with Young Frankenstein.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah, like I've already mentioned, Mel Brooks is my number 2, so now I can talk about a Mel Brooks movie, and Young Frankenstein's great. When I first saw it, like nobody really told me when it was released. I thought it was like a movie from like the 40s or something like that. But then I quickly learned after like watching more and more of it that I'm like, oh, this probably isn't that old. It's probably just a spoof. And then that's when I started to learn more about Albert Brooks and all that stuff. And yeah, it was great. I think that
Mel Brooks, not Albert Brooks. That's a whole different.
Oh,
guy.
sorry. Yeah, I keep saying that. Yeah, Mel Brooks. Mel. Yeah.
Defending Your Life. Great film.
Yeah, that's like a thing where like I like see like a picture in my mind of Mel Brooks, and then the other name comes out. It just happens.
Yeah.
But
way older.
Yeah, but I thought that like the guy they got for Igor, like Marty Feldman, like he was good. And then yeah, Gene Wilder, Peter Boyle. Yeah, it's great. So, but it's close.
Young Frankenstein.
Aladdin.
Aerosmith's Walk This Way.
Yeah. And also, like Aladdin is one of the all-time greatest like animated movies, so it's close. But I'll go with Young Frankenstein.
And 50, you know where Lion King is in my top 100. It just missed out. It's like 68.
Oh, dang.
Above Aladdin.
No, but
Yeah.
Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, I'm quite impartial to James L. Brooks myself, but
Oh yeah, only more
I
Brooks do we have?
don't think any of them are related either.
No,
I'm a
but,
big Simpsons fan, so James L. Brooks is awesome. Yeah.
Super Dave and our Albert Brooks are brothers.
Oh,
But anyway, yeah, I like Young Frankenstein. Haven't seen it in ages. So I'm not the biggest fan of Aladdin, but I do really like the animated one, so I'm gonna go Aladdin.
yeah. Brian,
Yeah,
I
this
know where
is
you're going.
very tough, but I gotta go for my favorite Disney film of all time. That's Aladdin.
Yep, that's what I figured is your favorite. Yeah.
All right, so
Is that everyone? Yeah,
Mhm.
that's everyone.
All right, I got Ghostbusters and the Goonies.
Oh, come on.
That's funny. I used to have that exact Ghostbusters poster on a shirt. That's
really?
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of all
So
the
that's
movies
cool.
to put together.
Yeah. 84 and 85. Matt.
Yeah. So where the hell is the Goonies again? Ghostbusters is number 13 on my list. Goonies is son of a bitch. Anyways, I'm gonna give it to Ghostbusters. Goonies is a movie that I love, but I unfortunately Goonies is 51. I came across it way too late. I should have seen this as a child. I saw it in my 20s. However, I fucking love this movie. It's so much fun. I love the characters. I love the camaraderie. It is a good, fun, sit back, relax, have fun adventure film. However, Ghostbusters is fucking Ghostbusters. I saw the second one first, oddly enough, but Ghostbusters 1 is just comedy.
Yeah.
The special effects are great. The story is phenomenal. The characters are memorable. The theme song is memorable. I mean, who are you gonna call? We came, we saw, we kicked its ass. He slimed me.
Yep.
Ghostbusters is an amazing film. I love Ghostbusters 2. It's also my top 100, and I actually enjoyed Ghostbusters Afterlife as well.
Love it.
Oh yeah, it's good.
And the video game.
The video
Awesome.
game's pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ghostbusters in my top 64. I think that movie is just so layered, so brilliant. Great horror comedy. I think The Goonies is okay. I didn't come to it till like my 20s, so I didn't grow up with it. But I do like it. I mean, I'll watch it if it's on. And as Jordan knows, I have been known to do the truffle shuffle on camera because I can do it pretty good.
Yeah. He has.
Nice.
I have done it on camera. That is absolutely true.
If you hit him at the right moment, he'll do it. But
Yeah, if you hit me at the right moment, I'll do it.
but yeah, it's gonna be Ghostbusters. There's no Dana here. There's only Zool, or like, are you the Keymaster? Like Rick Moranis, he's great in it too. And yeah, like I really love Ghostbusters Afterlife. I looking forward to the sequel, which which got pushed back, but I think Winston's going to be like a big part of it, is what it looks like. So
yeah, I'm a big defender of how they treated Ego, and I thought with somebody who's not there, I thought they did it pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too. So
Definitely.
This movie is great. I mean, the Goonies is awesome too, and Goonies never say die, but they might die in this one. So
That's one. If I watched it as a child, it would have been higher up on my list.
Yeah, I watched it as a kid. This is one of the ones that my dad showed me when I
this is when I had to go out and seek on my own because all of my coworkers were telling me how great of a movie it was, and I missed out. And they were right.
I was like 6 years old when he showed me. Yeah, but Malcolm, what do you say?
Yeah, I did watch Goonies as a kid. Wasn't a big fan of it then. Still not a big fan of it now. I think it's one of the most overrated 80s movies. Ki Kwan's great in it. A lot of the acting's good in it, but I just don't connect to it at all. But I love Ghostbusters. I think it's one of the best movies. So Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Brian.
Yeah, Goonies has best opening scene, but Ghostbusters is the classic. Ghostbusters.
Yeah. 50. What do you say?
This is tougher than the Last Crusade and Breakfast Club one, but I give the edge to Ghostbusters for the soundtrack mainly. And since Soda likes to do this, both were great in the Lego Dimensions.
Yeah, that's true. And if you guys haven't ever seen it, the Harlan Williams podcast, he just had Corey Feldman on, and they're like talking a lot of Goonies stuff. And
nice.
Good. Yeah.
Nice. Goonies, like, I can understand why people don't like it, but I don't know why it connected with me at such a late age. I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah. Sometimes just do.
We have this one guy. When he talks, he's very low, but his character almost sounds a little bit like Sloth when he says, "Hey, you guys." So when he says it, "Hey, you guys," I will break and go, "Hey, you guys! Hey, you guys!"
I hear that stupid girl on the Regal commercial do that every time.
Oh yeah, and the Regal ad over and over again. Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to like remake that or get rid of it.
Wonder Woman. And Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors.
Ooh.
So, yeah. All right. Me first. Wonder Woman's good. One of the better DC EU movies. But Dream Warriors is my favorite Nightmare movie. I absolutely adore this movie. One of my favorite horror movies of all time. The best blend of scary Freddy and funny Freddy, in my opinion, and a great cast and a great setting. So I adore this movie. My boy Chuck Russell, he's the man. He also directed the Blob remake, which I love. So Dream.
Yeah, well, I'm curious to get 50's thoughts as Gal Gadot from Israel, but I'm a big Wonder Woman fan. But I mean, I do got to say, like, having made that comment, they didn't get someone from America because she's kind of like a representation of a female in America, but hey, that's cool that they're giving someone like that an opportunity, though. But yeah, I think Austin, you're the one that like basically introduced me to
representation of America, and they cast a British guy. So
yeah, it is true. Yep. But I was gonna say, Austin, that you're probably the one that introduced me to Dream Warriors, and it's great. Like, there's some really creative stuff they're doing in a mental institution place, and like that TV kill always gets me every time. Like, that's one of the
welcome to prime
better kills.
Bitch.
Yeah, welcome to prime time. And then like some of the kids basically get like superpowers and stuff, which is fun. So yeah, I'll go with Dream Warriors, I think. Malcolm, what do you say?
I mean, the comments complaining about that it's not an American woman playing Wonder Woman is bizarre to me, because she comes from she's not from America in the comics. She's from Amazon, famous character, which is not.
She wears like a red, white, and blue, like stars and stripes outfit.
Yeah, but that's more William. What's his face? Marston.
William.
Yeah, then also Superman. Yeah, like he's not from America, so that actor. But yeah.
Spider-Man's also wearing red and bright and blue,
Yeah,
and they got two British guys. So
there's a lot of great foreign actors that
well.
can do it well.
apparently Americans don't know how to act.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
it's just one of those bizarre ones. And look, it just because her outfit is red, white, blue doesn't mean that she's from those countries either.
Yeah.
But anyway, I like Wonder Woman. I do think it's great, but yeah, I've got to go Dream Warriors on this. It's my favorite of the franchise as well. And it's I believe if I remember the Nightmare on Elm Street rankings, it's the favorite according to Rankum. So Dream Warriors gets my vote.
Nice, yeah.
As it should be.
Brian, what do you say?
I'll keep it short and sweet. Wonder Woman.
Yeah. 50. What do you say?
This one's a no-brainer. I gotta support my Gal Gadot, mainly because I don't want to drop that tank on me.
Yeah. True, yeah.
Really dig
Never
that
seen that.
first that posters.
Never seen either of these posters actually, but
I've seen that Wonder Woman one.
Me too.
yeah.
I love Wonder Woman, which is why it's the number 53, but I love Dream Warriors even more, which is why it's at 39. I'm going to give this to Dream Warriors. Not only is it my favorite Elm Street movie by far, followed by number 1, and then New Nightmare, and then Dream Master. But it also has my favorite track from one of my favorite bands, Dream Warriors by Dokken. That is fucking banger of a tune. It's the one that plays over the credits. I highly recommend going to listen to it. You're right. This is the perfect blend of scary Freddy and comedic Freddy, because this is where the turn started to happen. The kills are great. I respect that they killed Nancy. No, I think it's hands down the best one. The kill where he turns the kid into a marionette is pretty fucking.
One of the best kills ever.
It's one of the best ones. You're right, but it's really creepy.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be Dream Warriors. But it's nothing against Wonder Woman. It's just Dream Warriors is one of the best slasher films in my opinion.
Yeah, something kind of cool. So, like, I live in a
thing. I highly recommend for I'm pretty sure Austin has seen it, but if you haven't watched the documentary "Never Sleep Again,"
Oh yeah, I've seen it like 10 times.
Yeah, that Camp Crystal Lake are two of the best film documentaries to watch.
Yeah.
I was going to mention that the town where I live is like kind of in the middle of nowhere, but we have this Indian casino that gets a lot of big bands. And actually, tomorrow night, Dawkins going to play there. And my buddy Chris Scott, who's like technically a part of this channel, but he works so much, he's actually coming down to go to that concert, so he'll be staying at my place tomorrow night.
The Dawkins 80s albums are so underrated. I wish they were talked about more, because Dawkins is in terms of hair metal acts, they're one of the best.
Yeah, it's like Dawkins, Firehouse, and then George Lynch, I think, are all put together, which is awesome.
I wouldn't be surprised if George.
Guys, move along, please.
Sorry, George guitarist and Dawkins. I wouldn't be surprised if he joins them on stage. Oh, yeah. This is.
Whoa.
But still,
this must be torture for you.
Rocky and Raiders, Jordan.
Oh man, this one's freaking like probably the toughest one so far, and I got to go first. And like if I wasn't going first, I'd consult my actual 128, but I'd have to do some searching on it to see where these both land. They're both on here, but probably because Raiders is my favorite Indiana Jones movie of any of them, and Rocky, I don't know exactly where it falls, but my favorite's Rocky 2, so I got to give it to Raiders, I think. Malcolm.
Yeah, I like Rocky. I think it's a really good movie. I do think, but Creed's 1 and 2 are better. But I really love Raiders Lost Ark. So yeah, that's getting my vote.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah, I'm also going to Raiders this one. I enjoy it a lot. Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones. There's no recasting for that. He's perfect Indiana Jones. So Raiders.
Yep. 50.
Raiders.
Yeah. Matt.
Yeah. So this is kind of tough, but at the same time, the answer is obvious. I'm going to go with Rocky. It is my favorite film of all time. This is the movie that kind of makes up most of who I am and my outlook on life. I just can't speak enough highly about this movie. Raiders is my number 24 favorite film of all time. Again, this is another movie I love. I'm not upset if Raiders goes ahead of Rocky just because of the matchup. But Rocky's my favorite film of all time for a reason, and so for that reason, I will be picking it over Raiders. But I'm not upset if Raiders goes forward.
Yeah. Austin.
Well, Raiders will go forward because it's got 4 votes. So it's gonna win. But I go Raiders over Rocky. The original Rocky is great, but it's not even my favorite Rocky movie, honestly. So, Raiders. All right.
It would have been cool if he had a fight in Japan though with that poster.
Yeah. They almost did the showdown in Tokyo that they talk about in Rocky 5 that he would have had if he had fought Ethan Kane. Thor Ragnarok and Back to the Future.
Oh, this is easy.
Come on.
Easy. Malcolm?
I think it.
Well, I mean, I know where Austin's going with this. But as much as I love Back to the Future, I love Thor Ragnarok a lot more. I think it's a lot of fun, and Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah. Brian.
Yeah, Ragnarok's my 3rd favorite MCU movie, but Back to the Future has been one Jay, so Back to the Future.
Yeah. 50.
Future to the back.
Okay. Sounds good. Matt.
Thor Ragnarok is my 41st favorite film of all time.
What did he vote for? I'm sorry. What did he vote for?
He said Back to the Future.
Yeah.
He just said it in backwards.
He does that. No, Thor Ragnarok. My 41st favorite film of all time. I love it. I think it is a great comedy. It's one of the better MCU films. Taika Waititi was a nice breath of fresh air to this series. However, it's Back to the Future. This movie is number 6 on my all-time list. I love this movie to pieces. Not only that, it was Ben Rainer's favorite film. There's a reason why I have that poster for me right now. And it was number 6 before he passed. So he knows how much I love that movie. I have a DeLorean, a 1/16 scale or whatever DeLorean that lights up behind me. It's one of my favorite films of all time. It's Back to the Future.
Yeah. Austin.
Back to the Future. I hate Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
He's made it known.
I can't stand what Taika Waititi did to Thor, did to this movie, and what did to the MCU in general. It's called the Taika effect. Yeah, everybody talks like they're in a Taika Waititi film now, and it fucking annoys me.
Not wrong.
Yeah.
Well, because they are in a Taika Waititi film.
Well, no, I mean, it's rubbed off on all the other MCU films after that, where everybody has this snarky fucking, we got to make a joke a minute way of doing things, and it's ruined the MCU, and I fucking hate it. So, yeah.
All right, let's see what's next.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I think that Thor Ragnarok, like it works for me. I just wish they would have just left the like really jokey stuff at that, and not like done what they did with the Thor Love and Thunder. I do like Thor Love and Thunder. I just think they went over the top with the humor. And this one kind of is a little over the top, but not like crazy. So I really do like this is actually my number 8 movie versus my number 24 movie. So on my list personally, and Back to the Future is rated higher. I mean, there's reasons why I have stuff like frame, like just a freaking like DeLorean frame. And then Austin sent me this like cool little like lunchbox thing, and it's got that on there, and then it's got the like space zombies from Pluto on the back, which is cool. So yeah, I'll go Back to the Future.
Back to the Future, got Avengers: Infinity War, and Star Wars: New Hope.
Oh, come on!
Yeah.
Who randomized this?
Yeah, right.
The wheel that I spun it on.
Yeah, the wheel.
I just spin a wheel 64
You
times.
should fire him.
Yeah, right.
That's what makes this show fun, because you can get matchups.
We
like
tried
this
to fire it and it didn't work.
And they say my randomizer is brutal.
Yeah. Right. Brian.
I'm going to go New Hope on this one. It started the fandom of Star Wars. Without this, Star Wars wouldn't happen. We would get the fan base we know now. It's Star Wars.
Yep. 50.
I hate this feel for making me choose between these two, but I'm going Avengers.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, Matt.
So Avengers: Infinity War is number 29 on my list, and Star Wars is number 17. I'm gonna go with Star Wars, but I love Infinity War. It's one of those I remember walking out of the theater going like, I can't believe they did that. Wow. I do prefer Endgame, but I think as a film, Infinity War is a better film. But Star Wars, is the reason why we're here. It's the reason why a lot of these movies are here.
Yeah,
there is a saying I've heard where it is Hollywood before Star Wars and Hollywood after Star Wars. It's the first big franchise like this. I mean, think about everything it spawned. Think about all the internet hate that spawned. No, Star Wars to me is a fucking phenomenal film. Star Wars: A New Hope. And that is a great poster. And I love the musical piece Binary Sunset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You're muted, Jordan, by the way. But anyways, I'm going to go with...
Sorry.
I think I'll go with Star Wars. You know, as you said, it's an important film. Malcolm, you can almost say it's one of the movies that changed cinema, right? As you saw in Rankin, which I argued for. Yeah, I'll go with Star Wars. Why not? But Avengers: Infinity War is my favorite MCU movie. So, period.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a fucking great film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got about 4 or 5 Star Wars properties that I like more than New Hope. I think New Hope's great though. It is really, really good, but like it's and like what it did to change cinema and stuff, I agree with all that. But Avengers Infinity War, when I first saw this, I hated it. Like when I first saw it. But then over some time and like some watches, I've now come to absolutely love it. But like when I saw how it ended, it just kind of pissed me off. So I'm like, these characters are coming back. They're just gonna snap them out of existence for no reason or like whatever. That's kind of my thought. But then I kind of rewatched it and saw it more and or thought about it more and yeah. So now it's my number 16 movie of all time. So I got to go Infinity War because A New Hope doesn't even make my 128. So yeah. Malcolm.
I mean, on there, I like Infinity War. I think that they made the correct choice when they picked the characters to snap out for the movie. Because I think people would be more pissed if they took out the OG Avengers, especially considering a lot of them were probably near the end of their contract as it is.
Yeah.
So they would have wanted a bit more time to do with it. Besides, if they kept people like Hank Pym and all that, they'll be able to solve Endgame a lot faster than what the OG Avengers did, and there wouldn't be a movie.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I like Star Wars. I think it's great. But yeah, I've got to go Infinity War here.
All right.
Yeah.
So we have another tie. We haven't had one in a while, but it goes to 50. You got the tie.
Oh no!
Yeah, but on the hardest one for
Of
you.
all the ones I had to pick.
Coin.
You got to
You
pick
can't
one.
change your vote, so it's up to you.
You can do whatever you want.
Oh man. Well, Infinity War is my favorite MCU movie, and New Hope is not my favorite Star Wars movie. So Avengers.
Yep.
Okay.
Yay.
That's the beauty. You can't be mad about any of these.
Nope.
Captain
Ooh, that's
America
cool.
Civil
Let's see how it's
War.
gonna ruin us now.
And then Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, like a 60s poster.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Which I found. So, yeah, 50s up first.
With more babes and more mojo. Nice.
Civil War.
Matt.
Spy Who Shagged Me is number 64. Civil War is 42. Spy Who Shagged Me is a fucking hilarious film. Yeah, it's my favorite of the series. It's fucking hilarious. But Civil War, oh my god, that was a theater experience, and that's just an experience watching that movie as well because it's like a mini Avengers movie, and you get the introduction of Spider-Man, like my personal favorite Spider-Man in this movie. It's such a good movie, and I think it's another movie in terms of being a character piece, but that's just me. But I'm going to give it to Captain America: Civil War because my fucking god. Hi guys.
Austin.
My very quick story about Spy Who Shagged Me was I was on a cruise, and there was one TV channel that only showed a loop of the entire cruise of The Spy Who Shagged Me.
Nice.
I don't know why. But that was the first time. So I watched the movie in like different pieces throughout the entire cruise. A scene here, a scene there, a scene here, a scene there.
I love
Piece
the
them all
Burt
together.
Bacharach solo song. Never Fall in Love Again.
I'll give it Austin Powers on this. Jordan.
Nice.
Yeah, so this is my favorite of the Austin Powers franchise. I really love The Spy Who Shagged Me, but this is also my favorite of the MCU, and MCU is a way bigger franchise. And yeah, like I just love like them pitting these different characters together. They have some politics that are involved with it, and then you have a real calculating villain with Baron Zemo, who's not just the one that just like is some like big hulking like villain and like sends a bunch of minions after him, and there's a big beam of light, and you destroy one and they're all gone. You know, like wasn't anything like that. And also that fight between Iron Man and Captain America and Bucky at the end, like you literally thought they were gonna kill each other, like for real, and like man, like it was like so intense, and just like some of the like dialogue about their friendship and all that stuff. It's just pretty powerful stuff. So I'm gonna go with Civil War.
I don't care. He killed my mom.
Malcolm. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like Civil War. I personally wish they like gave Captain America like a Captain America centric third movie, as opposed to one that had like and used the Civil War thing for an Avengers movie down the line.
Yeah.
But I still enjoy it for what it is. But yeah, I'm a big Austin Powers fan, and I really love Spy Who Shagged Me, so I'm gonna go Spy Who Shagged Me.
Yeah. Brian.
Yeah, this is tough. Both of them 138, but I'm gonna go with Spy Who Shagged Me on this one. Shows their comedies some love.
Okay.
Mm.
So it's a tie, and Soda, you got the one on this one.
You know what? I'm gonna flip my vote. Spy Who Shagged Me.
Oh.
That's Civil War. There's a reason why I originally picked it, but I do want to see Spy Who Shagged Me go on.
Okay. No,
Because Civil War gets a lot more.
But if you haven't read any of the Marvel Civil War comic books, they're the most incredible comics I have ever read in my entire life. It's my favorite comic series, and there's literally a spin-off comic for every single character. Like has a whole backstory of like what they're up to during that time and everything. It's
the entire run of Ed Brubaker that took place during that time is phenomenal. Let's see what's next.
All right. We got Logan.
Oh no.
And Creed.
Oh.
Yeah. So, two of our one-word title movies that so Matt.
Where did you find these posters?
They're great, right? They're good, right?
I've never even seen that Logan one. It's my favorite movie.
Pretty cool, right? Yeah.
This is so you can't bet against a Rocky film for me, so I'm gonna go with Creed. However, that doesn't mean I don't love Logan. Logan is my number. Using a different poster. Where the fuck is Logan? It's my number 22. It's just below it. It's the way it brings to reality the final line, one of the final lines of the Wolverine. You will die with your heart in your hand, and he dies holding his daughter's hand. Mm-hmm. It just breaks me. And then when I got the opportunity to get the theatrical poster of him with his claws extended holding her hand, it was the first movie poster I ever framed.
Damn,
but
I want that poster.
At the same time, on the flip side, though, Creed, I went in completely unsure of this because I was, as a Rocky fan, I was one of the people going, why are they doing this? And then I saw it in theaters. And the moment that got me truly hooked, like I was enjoying the film up to then. I was like, this is great. But the moment that really got me is in the fight when Rocky looks at Creed and he says, why are you doing this? And Creed says to him to show I wasn't a mistake. Right there, it got me. I was like, okay, I understand what they're going for here. This is a phenomenal film. It is a worthy successor to Rocky. In my opinion, I actually have the third movie poster. I'm just waiting to get the money to get the frame for it. It's going to be Creed. But god damn, why did Logan have to go up against this one?
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah, I like Logan. I'm just not as high on as everybody else. I've only watched it like twice. So I just got to be in the right mood for it. But yeah, I really like the Creed series, and I think I'm gonna go Creed on this one. Jordan?
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Logan's my favorite movie of all time. That's my number one, period, with the bullet. Like that movie, like I just instantly knew when I came out of the theater. Like I just like, man, I think I just saw my favorite movie of all time. Like that movie just like viscerally like affected me. Like the way that they were able to go hard R, the way that they were able to like just do the character so much um justice, the way it's like a neo-western, and it's just like the relationship between him and X-23 and Xavier, like it's just so good. And I was looking at some posters. There's a poster that I've been wanting to get forever and I haven't been able to find it, and I just saw that's available on eBay now, so I'm gonna pick that up for like $15. So
For which one?
For Logan. So yeah, I don't know if you can even see it, but it looks like
Oh
that.
yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that one. Yeah,
I know of a website. I'll send you the link.
yeah. You should for sure. But the Creed movies are so good. Like I actually might like almost all the Creed movies better than the Rocky movies, and that's saying a lot because the Rocky movies are just bangers also. So like it's just really tough. I mean, there's certain ones, but this one's really good. I mean, I know even Creed 3, like from this year, will be in my top 10 of the year for sure. So, yeah.
Along with Rock the Oscar.
Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, he should have gotten an Oscar for his performance, but I always got to go with Logan. So, yeah, Logan. Malcolm.
Yeah. I like both these movies. I think Creed is great. But yeah, but I'm gonna go with Creed here.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah, same here. I'll go with Creed on this one.
Yeah, 50. Logan. Yeah, sounds good.
Creed.
I'm actually surprised, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not mad about it, even though it's my favorite movie. Like Creed is awesome.
Another Star Wars. I wonder what it's going up against.
Oh my god! Really? No
So,
way.
Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Seriously?
Oh,
All right, me first. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. It doesn't work for me. I don't like him as Spider-Man. Yeah, I still think Force Awakens is good, but Disney Star Wars sucks right now. So I'll go Force Awakens.
yeah. So I'm a massive Spider-Man fan. Like that's probably my favorite superhero. But and yeah, Far From Home just gets better and better every time that I watch it. Like what happens to Aunt May. Like I mean, I'm sure everyone's seen it, but it's just and then seeing all the three Spider-Men on screen is something I never thought we'd get in a million years, and it's just it's so good. Like it's like really creeping up there to be my favorite Spider-Man movie. Probably Spider-Man 2 is my number one, but and yeah, The Force Awakens. I worked at a movie theater when this movie came out, and I've never seen a movie theater more packed than for this movie. Literally a sea of never-ending people, wall to wall, and like I don't know if we're ever gonna get that, maybe ever again. I don't know. We might, but like it like it was just crazy, and like everyone was coming dressed up in costume. We had to confiscate a lot of lightsabers and like wouldn't let people wear like their Boba Fett masks and stuff, which I thought was like kind of a shame, but it's just kind of there for safety reasons or whatever. But like that being said, the movie, yeah, like they just waste so many characters, and I'm just like I could go on and on. I'm not going to, but about that. So I'm gonna go Far From Home. Malcolm.
You're mixing up your Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. No Way Home is the
Oh
one.
yeah, I'm
Far
thinking
From
No
Home
Way
is the
Home.
second one.
Well, even so, yeah, you're right. Far From Home's the one with Mysterio. I'll just say Mysterio is my favorite Spider-Man villain, so I'm glad we got him. So I'll still go Far From Home. So there you go.
But
we have more distinct names and not put home and everything.
I'm still waiting for Spider-Man Home Alone. But anyway, like Far From Home is my least favorite of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. I like the other two a lot more. Force Awakens is probably my favorite of the Disney sequel trilogy, so I'm going to go Force Awakens.
Yeah. Brian.
Yeah, echo everything Malcolm said. Far From Home is my least favorite of the new trilogy for Spider-Man, but Force Awakens was a good surprise, a good legacy sequel to the original trilogy. Love to see the original characters come back, and yeah, Force Awakens.
Yeah. 50.
I think Force Awakens because it was better at the time when it came out.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Is that everyone?
Nope.
No,
me.
Matt.
Matt. Okay.
So Force Awakens is 55 and Far From Home is number 30. I love Force Awakens very much. I am what I like to call an easy film fan, where it's just like, yes, I appreciate, I love to talk about, why we love movies, things, technical things, all that jazz. But in reality, if the movie gets me, it gets me. Doesn't matter what it is. So I love Star Wars Force Awakens. That's another one of those memorable opening night experiences for me. Just to hear Chewie or home on the big screen was just like, However, Far From Home is my second of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. They go in. I go 3, 2, 1. No Way Home, Far From Home, Homecoming. But that's only because I have to rank them for things like these. I just love them. Period. I really like this one because I love the exploration of Peter Parker having to deal with the weight of losing his mentor Tony Stark, and then also having to deal with finding this new mentor and realizing he's might have found the love of his life, all that jazz. I love the chemistry in this between Tom Holland and Zendaya. I love hey Spider Monkey. There's just for me too many things to like about this movie, so I'm gonna give it to Far From Home. However, I fucking love Force Awakens.
Oh, Force Awakens.
Yes.
Going through. All right.
Yeah.
All right. We're almost there. Just got to make it through. Creed 2.
Oh!
City Slickers.
Okay.
Jordan.
So I decided that since I hadn't seen City Slickers in a long time, I was going to do a rewatch of it because I haven't seen this movie since the 90s, and it's really, really good. Yeah, like I forget how funny Billy Crystal is. Like he's great in it, and then Daniel Stern, like he's great, and like these guys just wanting to like live like they have the third friend, which I forget the actor's name, that like tries to push him to do all these crazy things, and they're kind of like not sure if they should do it, but like it's just fun just kind of seeing these guys kind of fish out of water doing these things. And yeah, like even like the opening scene where it's like the running of the bulls and they're like running from that's fun. But I mean, the Creed 2 is just like on another level. Like this movie is just so good, and like the Victor Drago stuff, Ivan Drago, like having both of those characters in there, and then still you have a little bit of some Rocky with his restaurant and like that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll give it to Creed 2. Malcolm.
Haven't seen City Slickers. Creed 2.
Okay. Brian.
Same how I see City Slickers Creed 2.
Yeah. 50. 50? Did he fall asleep on us?
You might have.
Oh, Creed 2.
Okay.
JPO.
He's resting. He's tired.
No.
Give him a break.
Yeah, he's
He's gotta
He just
speed this
resting his
along,
eyes.
please.
yeah.
We're going, and we're gonna do speed round here in just a
Okay,
minute. I promise.
so Creed 2 is 54. City Slickers is 43. I love Creed 2, and this unfortunately is going to be the first time that a Rocky movie for me will not be going forward. I love Creed 2. I think it is holy shit. They took a one-dimensional villain in Rocky 4 and they made him a very sympathetic character, and they made his son a very sympathetic character as well. But it's the tension between Rocky and Creed that's the heart of the story, and that's my favorite part. It's just like, this guy broke something inside of him I don't think will ever be fixed, But City Slickers is a movie I've been watching since I was a kid. I loved when I was a kid. I thought it was hilarious, but I loved even more when I found as an adult when I figured out why it's hilarious, and when I realized just the story in the movie, like about these men at these point in their lives where they don't know what to do. They're all in their own midlife crises. And just to see them go through it, and there's one of the things I actually take from this movie is Billy Crystal going hello whenever he's talking to his cow, and I do that whenever somebody calls and I answer, but there's nobody under the line, and instead of going hello, I go hello, and it's just city slickers for me, but like by like that much.
Yeah. Awesome.
Recurring theme. Haven't seen City Slickers. Creed 2 is my favorite of the Creed movies. So there you go. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Mrs. Doubtfire and The Mummy. Malcolm.
Yeah. I like The Mummy. I think it's great, but Mrs. Doubtfire is really good, and it's probably my number one Robin Williams movie, if I'm being honest. So Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. Brian.
Same, I'm going to Mrs. Doubtfire as well. It's in my 138. It's my third favorite Robin Williams performance. So Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. I'm 50.
The Mummy.
Yeah. Matt.
Doubtfire.
I said, are you my mummy?
Oh yeah.
No, we're not.
So Mrs. Doubtfire is number 35 on my list. The Mummy is number 9. However, I'm going to pick Mrs. Doubtfire in this. Don't get me wrong. I love The Mummy. There's a reason why it's number 9. It is one of my favorite action films. It is a great film. Yeah. I could go on for days about it, but Mrs. Doubtfire, though, is just something totally different. I don't know. It is lower on my list, but it still is a great movie. Very quotable. I love the scene where they're at the pool, and he turns around and he hits Stu in the back of the head. And he says, "Oh, I wasn't done by fluting." I love that scene. And then one of my favorite behind-the-scenes stories is Robin Williams, dressed as Mrs. Doubtfire, walked into a sex shop in San Francisco and asked for the double-headed Mandingo behind the counter. And it took at the counter a few minutes to realize who it was. Great. Mrs. Doubtfire is one of the Robin Williams' best films. And one of the things I've heard around the internet and stuff like that is how it is a good movie to help children go through their parents' divorce.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire is good. Mummy's a top 10 movie of all time for me. Along with Tremors, this is the movie I've seen the most times physically, like in my entire life. Love this movie. So the Mummy.
Yeah. I don't know what's more freakier to look at, Mrs. Doubtfire, like Robin Williams dressed up like that, or that mummy on that poster. So, I'm gonna go with the Mummy.
Okay, so it's a tie to me, and I'm gonna put through one of my favorite movies, The Mummy.
Yay!
So there you go. All right, Spider-Man: No Way Home.
There we go.
And
there it is.
Tommy Boy.
Whoa! What is that poster?
Yeah, right.
Looks like a Cannonball Run or something like that.
Yeah, right. Brian, and this is the last one. We're almost there till the speed round.
Yeah. So. Thank you.
and then we go Speedy McSpeederson all the way to the
finish. Thanks, 50, for hanging in there.
I promise. I promise. We literally just do voting all the way to the finish. I promise. Brian?
Fat Guy, The Little Crow. Taiwan has my vote.
Okay.
Yeah, 50.
My favorite Spider-Man movie.
Sure.
That was the vote, by the way.
Okay.
No Way Home is 16. Tommy Boy is my third favorite film of all time. I love No Way Home. It's unfortunate that I had to go against Tommy Boy because Tommy Boy is going to be my pick. No Way Home. No Way Home is just, my God. To me, it's easily the best Spider-Man movie in my opinion. Again, just me. It is. I just love how they were able to redeem Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man I love that. Well, that they were able to bring them all together. I love the story that they brought with it. How they all are connected through their trauma. And I love that it was Aunt May that was the Uncle Ben. I love that twist because it makes sense. Was there ever an Uncle Ben in this universe? Because he's never been mentioned, was he? Has he?
His name is on the suitcase in Far From Home.
Okay, never mind. But no, it just made sense in this universe.
More of an Easter egg.
That Aunt May was the Uncle Ben. However, Tommy Boy, my third favorite film of all time. Another movie I've been watching since an inappropriate young age. I've seen it since it came out on VHS. My Uncle Dan introduced this to me. I love this movie to bits. It is incredibly quotable. Like Brian said, fat guy in a little coat. Richard, hold me.
Yeah.
Tommy want wingy. Don't tell anyone about the hair.
Richard, what'd you do?
What did you do? Yeah, what did you do? No, it's a great movie. Rob Lowe is great as the primary villain of this movie. No, I just like another movie that's this big part of my DNA. This is definitely gonna be the one for me, Tommy Boy.
Yeah, Austin.
I make car parts for the American working man because that's what I am, and that's who I care about.
Yeah. So, although I do have these, like I show them off all the time, but I got my like Richard and Tommy and my pop figures right there. And he's got the bread holding the brake pad, but still, I've got even more. Yeah. So you have to try to track those down. They're fun, but I have even more Spider-Man stuff I can pull out. I'm not going to, but yeah, and I already said what I need to say about No Way Home in the last round, so I'll go with No Way Home. Malcolm.
I saw Tommy Boy for the first time this year. It's fine. I'm not as enamored of it as everyone else is. I really love No Way Home. It's my favorite of the MCU Spider-Man movies, so No Way Home gets my vote.
Yeah.
Tie to Jordan.
Oh, it's got to be No Way Home, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So,
50, wake up.
All right.
So
we're gonna fly through it.
Yeah, what we do here is we fly. We literally go votes only quickly, and we'll fly to a finish and see what Matt's new favorite movie is going to be. So
yeah.
All right. So
sounds good.
Oh, come on.
All right. So we start with 50, Empire and Princess Bride.
Of course, you got to start with me. Empire.
Empire. All right, Matt.
Princess Bride. Because I don't want to rewatch the Empire right now.
Yeah.
Empire.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll go. I'll go Princess Bride.
Princess Bride's the better one to watch right now because it's a one-off.
Yeah. Malcolm.
Empire.
Okay.
Brian.
Empire.
Okay.
Y'all suck. Kidding.
Godfather and Robin Hood Men in Tights. Matt.
Robin Hood.
Godfather.
You're muted.
Jordan.
You're muted. Stop muting yourself, Jordan. Stop being Steven.
Stop muting yourself. Stop muting yourself.
Sorry, I keep muting myself because I'm coughing a lot because I'm just kind of sick. Yeah, Robin Hood, easy. So, Malcolm.
As Godfather.
Okay. Brian.
We're bad in tights. Robin Hood.
Yeah.
And 50.
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood. Okay. Upsets Godfather.
Well, it makes sense. Since I'm feeling sick, I can relate to Achu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. League of Their Own and Pirates. I'll take Pirates. Jordan.
Yeah, I'll definitely take Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. Let's say the full title for fun. But Malcolm.
Curse of the Black Pearl.
Okay.
Yeah. Brian.
Pirates.
All right.
50.
Pirates.
Matt.
League of Their Own.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, you got outvoted on your.
Oh,
yeah.
vote doesn't matter, Skoda.
Well, that's what the show is about. Your fate is in the panel's hands.
Yeah, I just.
Guardians and Rocky 2. Jordan.
Oh fudge! This one's hard. I gotta use my full 10 second. My favorite Rocky movie up against Guardians. You know what? Let's show some love to Rocky 2 because I don't think it gets enough love here. So yeah, Malcolm,
Guardians.
Brian,
Guardians.
50.
Guardians.
Matt.
Yo, Adrian.
Yeah.
I'll go Rocky 2, and that's a tie to Malcolm.
Wait, isn't it tied to me? I don't know if I had a tiebreaker.
You just had a tie.
You just
Did I
had
just?
one.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
No way home.
What was it?
No way home.
Uh,
You did No Way
okay.
Home. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I went pretty quick on that, so maybe I just like spaced it. So yeah, Malcolm.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Guardians of the Rocky.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dang, you're not supposed to pay attention. Just give me
No.
another tiebreaker.
Chaplin and Sing Street. Malcolm.
Ooh.
Chaplin.
Okay. Brian.
Sing Street.
Okay. 50.
50.
Chaplin.
Matt.
Chaplin.
Sing Street.
I'll go Chaplin.
Okay. Chaplin. Moving on.
Yeah.
All right. Last Crusade and Into the Spider-Verse.
Oof.
Brian.
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
50.
I'm gonna go unexpected. I'm gonna say nope. Now, Last Crusade.
Okay.
Yeah. Matt.
Crusade.
Last
Yeah.
Crusade.
I'll go Crusade.
And Malcolm.
Malcolm.
I'll join you in that crusade.
All right.
That's good.
We're all going to Crusades. I'll see you later, Brian.
All right. Avengers Endgame. And Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Oh.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
50. Yeah, it's a tough one. Endgame or Winter Soldier. 50.
It's on your left versus on your left.
Yes.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, it is.
Wait, is it my turn?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, Endgame.
Endgame. Okay. Matt.
Endgame.
Winter Soldier.
I think that Winter Soldier is the cooler movie, but the better movie is Endgame. Malcolm.
Endgame.
Brian.
Endgame.
Endgame. Okay. And you got Jurassic Park and Karate Kid 2. Matt.
Jurassic Park.
Got Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I gotta go JP. Jurassic Park. Malcolm.
Jurassic Park.
Brian.
Cry Kid.
All right. 50.
Cretaceous Park.
Okay.
I thought you said pretentious
Oh.
Park for a second.
I mean,
Hold on
it's
to-
called Jurassic Park, but all the dinosaurs are from the Cretaceous period. That's what I'm.
Yeah.
I got
No.
you. It's a technicality.
Hold on to your butts. It's moving to the second round.
Yeah. Okay. Police Academy and Father of the Bride. Me, I'll go Police Academy.
Yeah. I think I'll go Police Academy too.
Police Academy 1 is on the table, Jordan.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah.
Two. All right, Malcolm.
Father of the Bride.
Okay. The oldest
Yeah,
Joker
right.
tournament fights.
Yep, it is. Brian.
Police Academy.
Okay.
50.
Police Academy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Father of the Bride.
On the Bride. Okay.
Oh,
Police
I
Academy.
voted again.
Wow.
That's all right. It happens. Life of Brian and Titanic.
Oh,
Ooh, yeah. Jordan.
Pass. Can I pass on this one? I
No,
don't like
you
either
gotta
one of
vote.
these. Then I'll go Life of Brian, I guess.
Malcolm.
Titanic.
Okay.
Brian.
Life of Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
50.
50.
Brian.
Yeah. Matt.
Titanic.
I'll tie it up and say Titanic. So it goes to Brian. Life of
Ooh.
You.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Life of Brian takes it. Okay. Aladdin and Ghostbusters. Malcolm.
Ghostbusters.
Okay. Brian.
Aladdin.
Aladdin. 50.
Aladdin.
Aladdin. All right. Matt.
Ghostbusters.
I'll take Ghostbusters. Jordan.
Yeah, I'll vote for that. Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
All right, and that badass poster.
Yeah.
All right, got Dream Warriors and Raiders.
Ooh.
Brian.
Raiders.
50.
Raiders.
Matt.
Raiders.
I'm gonna go Dream Warriors.
I'll go Raiders. Yeah.
I know I'm gonna get outvoted, but I figured why not. Malcolm.
No, I would have gone Dream Warriors.
Okay, close one, but Raiders. All right, and Back to the Future and Avengers Infinity War.
Oh.
Okay.
Wolf.
All right. So 50, Back to the Future and Infinity War.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Ben. Infinity War.
Yeah.
Okay.
Matt.
It's time to go back in time. Back to the Future.
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome.
Back to the Future.
Yep. I think Ben's here in spirit. He's going to influence us all. So Back to the Future. Malcolm.
Infinity War.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brian.
BTTF.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Future.
I'd like to change my pick.
Sure.
I've already moved it. Sorry. you got to change it before I move it. All right.
That was the idea.
Anyways, Spy Shag Me and Creed. Matt.
Creed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go Spy Shag Me actually.
I'll go Creed.
Okay.
Malcolm.
Creed.
Brian.
Yeah, this is my last vote for tonight. I'll go with Spider Shag Me.
Spy Shag Me. Okay.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
50.
Creed.
Creed.
Okay, Creed.
Right.
All right, Brian. Thanks.
Yep.
All right. See you later. Have a good night.
Yeah, man. See you later.
Okay.
I didn't understand what he said. So I was like,
He said he's got to go.
okay, yeah.
That's
I was
okay.
like, I don't know.
Well, no more ties for right now since we got 5. So,
Yeah.
got Force Awakens
Ooh.
and Creed 2. Me, I'll take Creed 2. Jordan.
Yeah. I got loyalty inside my DNA. Creed 2. Malcolm.
Creed 2.
50.
It's gonna get outvoted anyway, but Force Awakens.
Okay.
Yeah. Matt.
Creed 2, which has an underrated montage song.
Yeah.
Run it.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Creed 2.
Great soundtrack.
It's gonna be Creed versus Creed 2. You notice that?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. The Mummy and Spider-Man No Way Home. Jordan.
Oh man, these are both like really high on my 128. But No Way Home. Yeah. Malcolm.
No Way Home.
Yeah. 50.
Spider Man.
Yeah. Soda.
Mummy.
Yeah, and I would have
Yeah.
gone Mummy, but it's gonna be
Ooh.
all right. Okay. All right. So the next ones will be the Elite 8. So if I can remember to do a poll, I'll do a poll for it. So
Yeah, the Elite 8.
the
We want a
poll.
group called the Schmodown Friends and Family on Facebook, and we'll put the Elite 8 here in a poll so the community can vote on what they think of our picks. So.
All right, but we're almost to Matt's favorite movie. We're getting close. So winner of this one goes to the Elite 8. Malcolm, you're up first. Men in Tights and Empire.
Empire Strikes Back.
All right. 50.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay.
Matt.
Men in Tights.
And I'll go Empire.
And I would have said let's have some fun with Men in Tights. I'll vote for it, but
All right. It's all right. Empire moves in the Elite 8.
sometimes you gotta embrace that side of you with some Men in Tights, guys.
Yeah.
Pirates of the Caribbean and Guardians. 50.
Guardians.
Guardians.
Guardians of the Caribbean.
Yeah. Yep. Matt.
Pirates.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I'll go Pirates.
Pirates of the Guardians. I'm gonna go Guardians. Or Pirates of the Galaxy is it what?
Pirates of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm voting for Guardians. Yeah.
Malcolm.
Damn it, Jordan, you stole my joke.
Yeah.
The
I even
curse of
screwed it up.
the curse of the Milano.
Sure. Yeah.
But Or what are you voting for?
Pirates.
Oh, yeah. Too many puns. I can't tell what the hell you're voting for. Okay, Pirates.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right, Pirates moves on. All right, got Chaplin and Last Crusade. Matt.
Oh, as much as I would have loved to have watched Chaplin, which I still might anyways. Crusade.
Yeah, I'll take Crusade.
It's tough because if a movie makes me cry, that's a sign of a great movie. But I'm still gonna go with. Oh well, you know what? Let's go Chaplin because I'm not as high on the Crusade as everybody else. It is great, but it's just I'll go Chaplin. Malcolm.
You know, I'm gonna see what happens here. Like, I haven't seen it, but I'm gonna go Chaplin.
Sure. You should see it. I bet you'll really like it.
Yeah, 50.
Crusade.
All right, Crusade.
Uh,
All right, Last Crusade is in. All right. Final one on this side. Got an Endgame and Jurassic Park. I'll go Jurassic Park. Jordan.
Oh yeah, I'll go Jurassic Park. Malcolm.
Endgame.
50.
50.
Endgame. Screw Jurassic Park.
Matt.
Jurassic Park.
Well, screw Endgame.
On purpose.
No, it's one of my favorite movies of all time for a reason.
Yeah. All right. The other side we got.
Because it's on purpose. That's the reason.
All right, got a comedy match. Police Academy and Life of Brian. Jordan.
Police Academy.
All right.
Malcolm.
Police Academy.
Yep.
50.
50.
Life of the Bee.
All right, Matt.
He's not the son of God. He's a very naughty boy.
Are you a virgin?
All right. Life of
If it's
Brian.
not a personal question.
And I'll also take Life of Brian. So, all right, Life of Brian moves on.
All right.
To the 8.
Yeah.
All right. We got Ghostbusters and Raiders. Oh boy.
Ooh, fudge.
Another all-time 80s showdown. So, all right, Malcolm. Raiders.
Isn't Raiders 79?
No, Raiders is 80.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Raiders.
Okay, Raiders.
50.
50, yeah.
Oh, me. Ghostbusters. Who are you gonna go?
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt.
Ghostbusters.
This one's like neck and neck. They're both in like the 40s of my top 100. Raiders. Jordan.
Yeah. I just checked my list. They're both there, but one's ranked a little higher. Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. Okay, Ghostbusters into the
58 versus 97 for me.
All right. Okay. Back to the Future and Creed.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right, 50.
Back to the Ben.
All right.
Yeah.
Ben to the future. Sorry, Ben to the future.
In the future, yeah. Matt.
Back to the Future.
Yeah, I'll take Back to the Future.
I'll also take Back to the Future. Malcolm?
Back to the Future.
All right. Back
Yeah.
to the Future. Okay. All
All
right.
right.
We got some unique ones and some old favorites so far.
Yeah.
Got Creed 2 and Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh.
Matt.
But, yeah.
No Way Home.
Wow.
I'll take Creed 2.
That's why it took me a moment. I had to think about that.
Yeah, I'll do Creed 2.
This one's tough. But I'll go No Way Home. But I will just say one of the things we like to look for, the unique winners of ones that haven't won before. I know you guys aren't as familiar as what's won, but when we get to 128 unique winners, we're going to do a 3-part series. So, but
don't tell Matt and 50 in case they just want to vote on whatever they want to vote.
Yeah,
on.
yeah, I won't.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you
ones.
afterwards which one have.
Yeah. But No Way Home for me.
Yeah, No Way Home.
Okay, and 50.
Spiderman.
Spider-Man. All right.
Speedo-Man.
Spider-Man. No way. Okay. All right. That's the Elite 8, and we're going to the Final 4 here. Let's see what moves on. We've got Empire and Pirates. So, all right.
The Empire of Pirates.
The Empire of Pirates. That's right. Me first. I'll take Empire. Jordan.
Oh man, this is really tough. I think I'll go Empire. Yeah.
Malcolm.
The Caribbean Strikes Back. About I'm going to go Pirates.
Yeah. 50.
I'm saying The Empire Strikes Again, which is the Israeli title for the movie.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Pirates.
Pirates. All right. Well, man, Matt's getting outvoted here. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Almost everyone. It's the risk you take. Last Crusade in Jurassic Park.
Oh,
Jordan.
Spielberg versus
I'm
Spielberg.
first. Jurassic
There it
Park.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spielberg Showdown, Jurassic Park. Malcolm.
Jurassic Park.
All right. And 50.
The Last Park. Sorry, Crusade.
Yeah.
Good.
Matt.
Crusade.
Awesome.
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, JP. Other side, we've got Life of Brian and Ghostbusters. Malcolm.
Ghostbusters.
50.
Who are you gonna call?
Brian.
Whoa! I just
Yeah.
I just noticed Soda's face staring at me, and that creeped me out.
I wasn't staring at you. I'm just
Yeah.
staring at that side of the screen.
Yeah. But
Oh wow!
Matt.
Ghostbusters.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go
Awesome.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, just one of the easiest votes all night. Ghostbusters.
Okay. All right, we got Back to the Future and
Oh
Spider-Man.
come
No Way Home.
on!
Yep.
All right,
already
so 50. Back to the Future, No Way Home.
Weren't they both directed by Zemeckis?
No.
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 So what did Zemeckis do recently? Was it The Flash?
He did Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
No, the MCU. Didn't he do?
No, he
I don't think
did
Zemeckis has done it.
He's never done
Silvestri
MCU.
has. Silvestri has, but not Zemeckis.
No, but didn't Zemeckis do?
He was rumored for. He was rumored for the Flash.
Okay.
But no, he did not. He hasn't done a comic book movie.
Yeah.
To my knowledge. Yeah.
Zemeckis versus John Watts.
Yeah.
Well, Ben to the Future again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt?
Back to the Future.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Back to the Future.
Yeah. Back to the Future. Malcolm.
No Way Home.
Okay. Back to
All right.
the Future. Thanks. We've got our final
BTTF.
four here.
Got our final
All
four.
right.
These are some
Okay.
bangers, some all timers.
Yeah. No, we got some
These are
all
movies
time.
that would be on like the IMDb top 250 probably.
easily.
Yeah.
Top 100. probably.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah, top 100.
All right, so Final Four begins with Empire and Jurassic Park. Matt,
Jurassic Park.
we'll go Empire.
I'll go Jurassic Park.
Malcolm,
Malcolm.
Empire.
50.
Empire.
Ooh, Empire into the final.
Funny thing is, I don't think we have any ones that haven't won. I think all these have won a tournament, as far as I
Of course.
know.
All right, next is Ghostbusters Back to the Future. I'll go Ghostbusters.
All right, I'll go Back to the Future. Malcolm.
Ghostbusters.
50.
Future.
Matt.
Back to the Future.
Ooh,
It was
all right.
destined to be these two.
Yeah, it was destined.
All right,
It was.
all right. So we got Empire and Back to the Future. It's a good worthy matchup. Two all timers there. All right.
By the way, Raiders was 81.
Yeah.
Not 80.
Yeah, 81. Yeah.
So our finals, Jordan, you're up first. Empire, Back to the Future.
It's not as hard as you would think. I gotta go Back to the Future.
Okay.
Malcolm.
Empire Strikes Back.
50.
Well, Soda said he doesn't want to watch Empire right now, so you gotta do it. You gotta watch Back in the Future.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, you can make
Matt?
him watch it if it wins.
Yeah,
Future baby. It was destined.
I want him to watch what he wants to watch. Back to the Future.
All right. And we'll go Empire, but your winner tonight and Matt's new favorite movie, Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. There we go. There it is.
That's Ben's
right.
favorite movie one.
Ben
I know.
is,
Yeah.
Ben is looking down on us and laughing.
You son of a bitch.
Hey, Soda. Soda.
Yeah. Woo!
Yeah. For some reason, I just have this picture in my mind of like Matt, you sitting in front of your TV watching Back to the Future, but then like Ben's there in like spirit, like that's like a piece of art. You need
Well, that's
just,
why
just, like, sitting there.
that's why like I used to have my Back to the Future poster right by my kitchen, but when he passed, that's why I moved it to in front of my computer. It's because that way, in a way, he was still there with me podcasting because he was the one I did the most with.
Oh yeah.
So
Totally.
yeah. So
Alright, so
right there.
Awesome.
Quick fun fact, wrapping things up. Back to the Future is now a 2-time winner. It is in the multi-time winners. It had won once before, way back on episode 11 of Tournament Fights, our IMDb Top 64 episode.
Okay.
So way back when, earlier.
Yeah.
Early.
Way back to the future.
And the other one's in the final four there. Empire has still not won a tournament.
Oh, really?
Really?
It has.
I could have sworn that it's won.
It has come very close, but it has never actually pulled the trigger and won.
That's why you voted for it.
Ghostbusters won Moose's top 64, Moose Haas.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, Back to the Future has won before as well. And then Jurassic Park is a 2-time winner as well.
Yeah.
So it's won 2 different tournaments. So
Didn't it win Animal Attack movies or?
No,
Maybe.
it won. The very first tournament fight, Jordan Anderson's top 64, and then won one of my top my 128 championship. So two other favorite movie tournaments. So yes,
Yeah. There you go.
So
Nice.
that is it. All right.
Cool. Well, that was fun, guys. And
so
we'll
now, Soda, at some point this week, you gotta sit down and watch Back to the Future again. That is your pride.
And you know what, Soda?
yeah.
Do it right and watch all 3.
Yeah, so definitely not. I don't have anything to do tomorrow. Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow.
There you go.
Yeah. For me, when I did my 128, it was Hot Fuzz. And I literally waited 6 months to watch it. I didn't follow the rules.
What's funny? Had Jurassic Park 1, it's getting re-released in theaters next week in 3D again for the 30th anniversary. So you're gonna watch it in theaters.
Oh,
Yeah, but that's next week. He's got to watch it this week.
Back to the Future is the
if he saw it a week from today, Friday, it would be within the week margin.
It won't be coming to my theater. But no, Back to the Future. The Back to the Future trilogy is still the only marathon I've ever done in the theater. There was a small mom and pop theater in Vancouver that was closing, and so the last week they just held every night was a theme. So the one night was the first 2 Godfathers. One was the Big Lebowski theme. There was a Ghostbusters one. I had to work for all those, unfortunately, but I was able to go to the Back to the Future one. It's pretty fun. All 3 back to back. It was
I did a marathon of the first 5 Saw movies leading up to Saw 5's release in the theater. In a theater. Yeah, it started at 2 in the afternoon and the new one premiered at midnight. Yeah.
Sometimes I wish my local theaters would do marathons of movies, but at least they can do this at home.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did all 8 Harry Potter movies twice.
There you go.
Yeah. My only marathon in a theater is kind of pathetic because I worked in a theater when we had a big Hunger Games marathon. So I saw all those back to back in a theater, even though I'm not a massive fan. It was free for me because I worked there. So why not?
All right. Well, let's wrap this thing up some plugs and we'll get out of here. All right.
Yeah. We'll do some quick plugs and 50 if you need to just jump off and go to bed. After your plugs, you can certainly
the sun's already up. Bed's kind of out of the question at the point.
Well, you pull the shades and you go to bed. You pull the 50 shades and you go to bed.
50 shades and you take a nap.
For some reason, those just don't work for me. I tried. It doesn't work for me.
Blackout
knowing that it's morning doesn't help.
Dude, blackout curtains. Can't go wrong.
I got
I need some
in my room.
I don't have
some here. Yeah.
Sorry?
I have
I don't
here
have
too.
these.
We'll get some then.
Yeah.
Well, not right now. It's Saturday. Everything's closed.
Oh shit! But
Hey,
you
Amazon's
order
only a
them, you
click
get them on
away.
Monday. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, we'll go to Malcolm first. What do you have going on? Where can we find you?
You can find me on Tape Productions. I host Rankum every Sunday. This week the topic's going to be top 12 movie teachers. Jordan's going to be there, and you can also find me like once a month hosting our Direct Tears show. We did the first part yesterday. We did part 1 of a 3-part series of the most movies that have appeared the most times on Rankum. As locked at the end of July.
And they were able to get through theirs in like just over 2 hours somehow. so they went quick.
But you can also find me hosting trivia matches over on Full Metal. We just dropped match in the singles tournament. Jeremy Adams up against Corey Quinto. And yeah, I don't know what the next match is. Offhand, I think it's Henry versus John Maher, but
Yeah, sounds good. And 50, what do you have going on? Where can we find you?
You can find me over on the Northern Entertainment Group with this wonderful gentleman every Thursday on Fun with Flags and every Monday on The Greatest Show in the Galaxy, where we talk about the greatest show in the galaxy ever, Doctor Who. And you can also find me talking even more Doctor Who on my channel, 50 Shades of Geek. I do weekly reviews of every single Doctor Who episode from 1963 all the way up to 2022, and some other stuff whenever I have time to. I just dropped a Blue Beetle review, so go ahead and check that one out there.
Every episode of Doctor Who. What a nerd.
Yeah.
I know.
Nerd and proud.
That's right.
But yet, also Fun with Flags. That's one of the best names for a show.
If it was my stream, I'd play the ogre nerd clip. Nerd.
We used to have that all the time on our show.
yeah, I used to produce a show for a friend of ours, and that was definitely one of the clips I would play.
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Soda, what do you got going on, man?
Not much actually. You find me on my personal Instagram and Twitter. I'm never fucking calling it X. At
Yeah, right.
You just did.
for Saxman.
He just announced he's gonna try to like take away the block button. How the fuck are you gonna take away a block button?
Right?
Yeah,
It's
And more importantly, why?
he's stupid. But yeah, it's sort of _the Saxman.
he's the dumbest smart person on the planet.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can find me in the Northern Entertainment Group with 50 doing those shows, and you can also find me on the So Diggin' Wrestling channel.
The dumbest person that built an electric car and a rocket. Yeah.
The dumbest person that went to space.
Yeah. But Austin?
Tomorrow night, podcast about movies returns with me and Jacob Barber. We had to delay it a week. He was a little sick, but we'll be doing our little 4-pack of movies, starting our anniversary series with the 70s movies celebrating 50th anniversary and 45th anniversary. So it'll be The Exorcist, Serpico, excuse me, Watership Down, and Dawn of the Dead. We'll be covering, and then we'll have another episode the following week. The same night, I'll be doing our monthly mistake, is what we call it, our drinking game. Myself and Wolfman, who's been on this show, we'll be doing another 3D movie to wrap up summer. Friday the 13th, Part 3, 3D. So we'll be doing a drinking game. Watch along to that tomorrow night on Mega Movie Z, and then Sunday night, Wheel of Movies. Me and Jordan are finally going to get around to it. We had to delay it a couple of days. We're going to get to it on Sunday night before Rankum. I promised Malcolm we're going to do it before Rankum, so Jordan will be on time. But we're going to do our little tribute to William Friedkin, rest in peace, with one of my favorite movies, a movie in my top 64, Sorcerer from 1977, one of my favorite movies that he directed. So yeah.
I'll be rewatching that tomorrow morning because I've been busy with some other stuff, but I'm gonna give it a rewatch. So, but you can find us on all the social media on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it and Instagram at Movie Hero 2121. And then on my personal socials at Jordan83616. And you can find me in Austin. We're actually doing very well in the Lights Out trivia.
Not Lights Out.
Not Lights Out.
ASAT.
The ASAT. That's what it is. Sorry,
Yeah,
I'm part of way
JPO's
too many
ASAT.
trivia leagues.
No,
JPO's league, whatever that is. ASAT.
Tag Team Tournament League. Yeah, we're in the finals, and we're going to have our final match Tuesday night about 7 p.m. I believe. So
which me being in finals is very rare. So so I'm excited. So,
I dragged you along with me, George.
Yeah,
I just
right.
I had to.
Yeah, right. But and then you can find the poll for this episode in the Shimoda Friends and Family group in the next day or two. So you can vote on all of our picks. You can kind of comment on some of Matt's favorite movies. And then yeah, I'll be on Rankin. Malcolm already mentioned that on Sunday. And yeah. Oh, and then one of the things actually. So we're gonna make a little announcement here. I totally forgot about this. I'm glad that I didn't completely forget. But we're gonna be doing for our the Seen and Heard trivia. I'm gonna have some signups going up probably like shortly after this. But we're gonna be doing a trivia free for all. So I have the graphic here. So what it's gonna be is the Seen and Heard trivia is trivia that has clips from movies and clips from movie scores and soundtracks. But this particular one's going to be all clips. So we're going to have roughly 20 to 25 spots ish open. But yeah, and we're just going to go just round by round until there's only one man standing at the end. So it's going to be a lot of work. So we are not doing it until, let me pull up my calendar. We're going to be doing it September either 10th or 11th, whatever works better for people, such as Sunday night or a Monday night. So I'm going to kind of reach out to the people that sign up, and you can kind of see what day works better. But those are the two tentative dates. So if you'd like to be a part of the Seen and Heard Trivia Free for All, we're looking for lots and lots of people that want to do some trivia. It's unique because we literally just play a 15-second movie clip from any random movie, and you just name the movie. So it's pretty simple and straightforward. So yeah. And then we do have a Patreon. If you go to patreon.com/moviehero, we have all kinds of exclusive podcasts. We'll be doing a podcast a week from tomorrow, talking about our best and worst movie theater experiences. So that'll be on our Patreon. But you can always watch like everything we do on our Patreon. If you watch it live, you can see it for free on our channel, and then it will move over to the Patreon. So you see it there, and we do a lot of giveaways. We're giving away movie posters and things like that from my times working in the movie theater. I got about 50 of them just sitting around. So yeah, and then just a little preview of what we have coming up for Tournament Fights and Tier Ranker. So next week we'll be doing our best movies of 2009 ladder series. So we'll be doing it on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we'll be doing that. And then we will be doing a series to determine the best geek character of all time. It's an idea that I got from Amaru Moses' channel, but we're doing it a little bit bigger. So it's kind of more of a tribute to what he's doing, because I thought he had a cool idea. So we'll be doing best Harry Potter and Middle Earth characters coming up for the next one. So we got that one. We'll be doing best movies with the one-word title from the 2000s. So we're doing that as a tier ranker. So we're gonna go decade by decade for that one. And then we have best post-apocalyptic movies coming up. We'll be doing another rendition of a top 64 with Dan Skip Allen, another friend of the show. We'll be doing his top 64, so that's coming up soon. We'll be doing one of our monthly Movie Hero mystery tournaments. So me and Austin, once a month we spin the wheel. We spin it 64 times. We have a big wheel that's comprised of everybody's favorite movies on our channel. Our partners in the channel, some of our top regulars, and the first 64 to pop up will be in a mystery tournament.
And now
that's coming.
And now that Matt has his, you can add his to the wheel.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if you want to be added to that, then we can add your 64 totally. Which I'll be adding 64 more of Jacob Barber's. He sent me his, so he gave me his other half. So those will be there. And then we'll be doing a Battle of the Batman. So we decided it's going to be Michael Keaton versus Bale versus Val Kilmer versus Pattinson, because we've already done a Ben Affleck centric episode, and then George Clooney could probably have his own episode down the line.
He's gonna have his own versus episode against somebody at some point.
Yeah,
he's got enough.
Yep. And then we'll be getting into our next Geek series. Will be best Marvel characters, and then we'll also be having best Westerns coming up. So that's kind of like a little preview for the next like month or two. So So yeah, but that was a lot of fun, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Special thanks to 50 Shades for being here at a crazy hour in the middle of the night, and we appreciate that. And yeah, that will do it. So for Malcolm, for 50 Shades, for Soda, for Brian Nussbaum, for Austin Pez Howell, I've been Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, and we will see you next time.